Anyway, sorry.
Oh, by the way,
You've got
I fucked it up
some
even more.
semblance of style to it. Why?
No, because when I was transitioning and then I realized I messed up, I panicked and I did other stuff, and then I remembered I hadn't done the Twitch thing, and then I didn't even turn our sound on. So we have to do it all over again. Na 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 na. You're not gonna help me.
No, I'm not doing it again. I'm not. No.
Yeah, we broke it.
You
Sorry,
get one
everyone.
performance.
We are too much
I
going
have
on.
shot my load. It's not happening again.
So,
I'm asleep already.
if you want to watch the show, go over to Twitch, because that's going to be a better.
Oh yeah, they all heard that. That bollocks all went out on Twitch.
Hey everyone, welcome to a fucked up version of the happy hour. Kristi has got
unlike the rest of them, which are fucking perfect.
Yeah, so first I messed up the music because I didn't put the general song on to the end. And then I didn't put the mics
Kristi,
on. No.
So doesn't matter.
No. Because we're going to fuck up again in the future. So, like, this isn't unusual.
Exactly. We treat them mean to keep them keen. If we had high standards, they'd expect that in the future.
As opposed to
it's like when you're asked when your parents would ask you to do your dishes back in the day. Young people won't even get this point because they've all got dishwashers now. But when you used to do the dishes, do them, take forever, make a noise about it, and do it shit. You never get asked again. Perfect.
Yeah, did I tell you about the time a friend of mine who wanted a Thanksgiving dinner and then ended up just sort of turning up and letting the women do all the work? So we dragged him into the kitchen. And I won't say his name.
As God intended, yes.
We'll just call him Pete. Say, hey Pete, come here. Why don't you make bouillon? Add some bouillon to hot water because we need to make something. And he went to the tea kettle, the teapot, the plastic teapot, and he went to put the bouillon cube in the tea kettle pot.
Had he suffered some sort of full frontal lobe damage recently?
And then he just had to stop him.
Maybe some sort of accident, an industrial one, perhaps.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, well, it's just faster. I thought it'd be faster if I just put the bouillon cube in both the water and they can boil together. And
all I'll say is a relative, I won't go into who, they probably won't listen, but just in case, that I knew, that I briefly lived with, tempted to defrost some sausages in the toaster. Nearly burnt the fucking house down. Brilliant.
Oh no! Why would you put sausages in the toaster?
Trying to defrost them. He said they were frozen. I wanted to fry them up, but they've got to be defrosted. So I thought if I warm them up in the fucking toaster, that'll be all right. Yeah, not the smartest, my family.
Yeah, this is why they shouldn't allow people to do home ec or shop. Everyone should have to do both home ec and shop.
I personally think that all human beings need to be eradicated. It's the only answer.
Well, it would solve the problem.
That's a joke. That's literally a joke.
Rory Katz, I think he was trying to get out of the work. I'm going to be honest. This is exactly the tactic that Kevin was saying. So apparently there's a little bit of a lag.
Trusted man method.
And it doesn't matter. We're being heard. We're being heard. That's the important thing. Apparently there's like a 20-second lag between your Twitch stream, and the live show. But who cares? Again, who cares? As long as people can hear us and mostly see things.
Well, I mean, I don't know how anyone would know that. If you've got both open, that's weird. I mean, thank you, but I mean, why are you watching Kristi's one when you could just be watching my one?
Yeah.
Fuck Kristi's stream.
They were like, why is it silent for like 5 minutes? I'm going to have to go back and like chop off the first 7 minutes of this episode. Anyway, yeah. So last time we were together, we watched White Chicks.
We did watch White Chicks. It was emotional.
Yeah, yes. And we managed to take away the only good thing. I
exercised some demons that day.
Yes. Hallelujah. But now it's back to the usual stuff, which is politics. Let's make fun of the fascist in the White House and other right-wing pricks.
Yes, so I need to transition away from the happy hour things to the thingy things. Oh, hang on, that's not right.
What?
None of this is right. Sorry. Yeah, I had the happy hour funny little images thing, and I have to transition to the screen so people can see this fucking madness.
Oh, this was... Okay, well, we talked about the Chris Wallace interview, but we didn't watch it in full. I haven't watched this in full. I'm not quite sure. Well, it's fair use. Yeah, and if this episode gets taken down, who cares? First 10 minutes.
Well, they blocked the White Chicks episode in certain countries because of the copyrighted content.
Oh, really? Where can people not watch wait, copyrighted content? It was screenshots.
Well, no, but we also played the no
Oh,
for like
right, the
10
music.
seconds.
Yeah.
Apparently that was too much for whoever, Sony Entertainment or whatever. Fuck you lot.
They didn't even try to just grab the copyright on the video. They just blocked it, huh?
Yeah. In some places.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still getting okay views. So clearly it's not blocked everywhere, but whatever.
Yeah. I feel sneeze coming on, by the way, so if I sneeze mid-show, that's why. Not that I said it
I think
won't
we all need to not say anything until Kristi sneezes.
No, now the pressure's on. It'll
make
never
it
come.
super awkward.
Yes.
For her.
So, should we talk about this prick?
Yes, and I think as your title suggests, we are all a little bit Jonathan Swan.
Oh, okay. Tony's got a message. Yes, very much. Tony's got a message for you. Moderating, Kevin. Moderating. Your Twitch shows up in politics, so the idiots find it easier.
Well, thank you. Tony, I've always thought of you as a very moderate man.
I mean, I don't know if Kevin really cares if the idiots come, as far as it's just more views, right?
No, I'll block them if Nazis turn up. There was one called End Jewish Supremacy who turned up. Blocked him.
Oh my gosh. Wow, yeah. Twitch is garbage.
It's no less garbage than YouTube, but when you block them, they're actually blocked. Rather than on YouTube, but they're kind of sort of blocked, but mostly not.
Yeah, you can like hide them from your channel or whatever. They can still see the content and downvote it. And
yeah, exactly. Whereas on Twitch, you're banned. Anyway, so yes.
Just really quick, Mycroft, what notification? I don't know what that is. Or have you mean the notification to get notified when we have a video going?
I think on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
We've got three something. 3 tits, probably.
Oh, right.
I imagine.
Yes, I've got the notifications. 4. Right. Very exciting stuff. All right. SJW Debates is doing stuff. But we're not going to do that. We're going to focus on the interview. We're going to watch and make fun of Trump because, I mean, that's all we can do at this point. He's got under 100 days. Is it like 95 days or something left until the election? And then, of course...
I don't know, Kristi. It's something like that. It's too many, however many it is.
Yeah. But he is increasingly getting desperate because he realizes he's losing. And he's not just running, as we were saying off air, people are observing, he's not just running against Joe Biden, he's running against the election itself. He's running against the legitimacy of an election unless he wins. Then it's fine. And then, even when he wins, he was probably cheated out of more votes.
Well, he did that last time, yeah. Even when it was all corrupt and evil and bad when he was going to lose, and then he somehow managed to squeak by on the electoral college, votes, and it was like, it's absolutely fun. And I would have won the popular vote if it weren't for the millions of dead people, which there's no evidence for at all. Yeah,
all the illegal votes that all went. Anyway, God, I hate this guy. Should we go ahead and hit play? Because
and I think. Yeah, just a brief extra on that. The way they're obviously trying to fuck up the postal service to try and stop postal voting is it's such obvious evil. Tampering with the election.
Yeah. It's absolutely evil. And I don't know, it's the post office. It's in the Constitution. It's like one of the few things the Constitution actually mentions specifically that they have to do. And they're messing it up.
True, but you can also tell that it's very much of its time, if that makes sense.
The Constitution or the post office?
Well, both. The fact that the Constitution thought the postal service was so important that it had to be mentioned specifically by name, when really it's not that relevant anymore.
Well,
it's not like it was like the only way of getting a message anywhere back then. Was my point. It was very, very important then, not as important now. Like if you were writing it now, you probably wouldn't mention the post office.
No, probably not. But insofar as it plays a vital role in communication, the fact that a stamp across town. But
it's still important. But I'm just saying the fact that they mentioned like you can own a gun and the post office is important. They probably would. They were also. Going, well, maybe we should have the thing in about the riding horses and shit. Maybe. I don't know. Because everyone rode horses, I assume.
Back in the day. Or walked. Okay.
Exactly.
So, Jonathan Swan who is he British? Do we know where he's from? I assume he has for me at least, a British.
I don't know,
accent.
but I know he's part Swan. So
Manky.
There's a chance he's British.
Manky Swan. Can he read?
He can read though. This one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
because he's only partly Swan, so his reading isn't perfect because of the human half of him, but he's half Swan. So.
Oh, he might be Australian actually. Yeah, he's Australian. Yeah. So apologies. Well, the thing is that he doesn't.
I used to like him.
Yeah, he doesn't come from the sycophantic, suck up, never ask a hard follow-up question tradition.
You can tell how pathetic modern journalism is because Chris Wallace, obviously on Fox News, had something of a incident like this with Trump last week or the week before, and then Swan here. All they're doing is asking pretty basic follow-up questions.
That's it.
To probe the fact that you're lying, the answer you just gave to me is a fucking lie. Really, really basic. Should be journalism 101. And they're being hailed as these great interviews exposing this, but you think, this is really basic.
Yes.
This shouldn't be out of the ordinary. This is how you actually begin to hold a politician's feet to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
This Trump shouldn't be extraordinary.
At some point just says, oh, you have to read the books. And he goes like, what books? And Trump, of course, can't answer because there are no books. Well,
you only need to read the Bible. It's fine.
Yeah.
Which bit of the Bible? I haven't read it. I don't know.
And what I also loved is that he made no effort to keep a game face. Reporters will oftentimes, they'll know they're on camera. They'll know their reactions are being watched. And so no matter what is being said, it takes a lot to break them. Some of the stuff
is so outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
You just think, I'm surprised he didn't just go, the fuck are you talking about?
Yes.
You have to look at the cases by testing. That's fucking ridiculous, you idiot.
Yep. And I noticed here there's
talking about?
Trump had someone blend all the way even behind his ears. The man must have got a crew in from the White Chicks team to make sure this line was...
Marlon Wayans came in and said, oh,
blend,
this
baby,
is outrageous.
Blend.
It's triple T KA right now. Okay, it's time to totally kick ass. Let's blend this motherfucker. Just on that side, though. You'll be sitting there with the right-hand side on screen, so just blend that bit. Left-hand side, don't need to bother. Take too long.
So sorry, I got distracted by someone talking about in the chat, like about the books, and it reminded me of something I saw on Twitter, which it was a joke. It's like, did you hear that the library at Mar-a-Lago burned down? And both books were lost.
Nice.
All right, we ready now? I kind of skipped over like the beginning and yada yada yada, and just went right to them sitting down.
Well, exactly as we discussed off air. You don't need preamble with Trump. Everyone's got an opinion. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows who the fuck he is. Roll VT.
All right, let me know how the sound is volume wise.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. President, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you taking the time.
Good.
And we appreciate your commitment to answer our
questions. That's good.
Sure.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Over the years, I've heard you talk about...
Why is he sitting like he's on a fucking toilet?
Which one?
Trump. One of the other persons sat like a human being. Look at Trump. He's sort of hunched forward like he's crimping one off.
One of the things...
It's really strange.
I wanted to watch you in this is Jonathan moves his feet. And I don't know if it's nervous energy or whatever, but I'm just sort of wondering, like, if it's like a cat, like you can just tell his mood by how much his foot twitches.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep
exactly that's tail going on a cat.
Yes. Yeah. But okay, so he's sat like Elvis before he crapped died in the toilet.
Well, let's hope he keels over. Yeah.
Not in this interview, unfortunately. All right.
No, sadly, no.
Okay.
A philosophy called positive thinking. This is the mantra that if you believe something, if you visualize it, then it will happen.
That helps a lot if your parents, if you inherit all of your wealth and your family keep bailing you out when it comes to positive thinking.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's much more difficult to positively think if you're born in Compton and inherit $0. Then positive thinking can only take you so far.
Yep.
When you're given everything in your entire life, positive thinking helps.
Yeah. It's amazing how much... you can get done when you throw positive thinking and money at your problems.
Yeah, exactly.
To an extent. I also think in terms of the downside.
Right.
I've been given a lot of credit for positive thinking, but I also think about downside because only a fool doesn't.
To what extent do you think that positive thinking mindset is suitable to handling the worst pandemic that we've seen in a century?
I think you have to have a positive outlook. Otherwise, you would have nothing without a positive outlook. I think we've done an incredible job between the ventilators and stopping
Oh, and here he comes with the spin.
Yeah, but firstly, the first question is really shit, but whatever. Like, it's just a pat opening, like, oh, positive thinking, let's get him at ease, whatever, right, fine. But his answer to that is nothing.
No, he says nothing ever.
I think positive, but also you got to think of the downside.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that's pablum, absolute pablum,
yes,
irrelevant nonsense. And then this kicks off with, you've got to think positive, otherwise you've got nothing. No, you've got to think realistic and pragmatic.
That's more accurate.
Like, hoping for the best, but planning for the worst. That's literally the point of government, really, isn't it?
Well, if you don't, you're going to be in really big trouble, I think. Because realism has to play a role in there. What can you practically done? Yeah. What can you realistically get done?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, he's not interested in facing the problems of the epidemic. He just wants to explain why it's not his fault and why everything he's done has been great.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Infected people from China coming in, meaning putting the ban on China, which frankly nobody wanted me to do.
It's August. It's August, and he still is going on about a thing that he did in early March or the end of February.
Also, there was literally no one saying that.
No.
People were saying for weeks beforehand, maybe shutting the borders would be a good idea for now, just to stop people traveling and stuff.
And the thing is, he didn't put a ban on China because Americans were still flying back and forth to and from China. Like 40,000 people from China entered the airport.
Yeah, exactly.
US.
Chinese nationals weren't allowed in,
Mm-hmm.
but American nationals could go there,
Yeah.
drink as much Chinese spit as they liked, and then fly back, if they wanted to.
And the outbreak in New York came from Italy. So his ban...
That's fine. When it's white people doing it, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he wants to ride this whole I did a ban months ago, but ignore the fact that I just let it spread like wildfire across our country when it got here. I just... God, I hate the man.
But that's how I know he's going to lose, because the zeitgeist has moved so far past him. He's talking, and it's not just the usual pablum you would get from Trump, but it's irrelevant. This is not what people are talking about at all.
No, absolutely not. All right, hitting play.
Practically nobody, because it was very early in January. Then putting the ban on Europe, not an easy thing to do. When you put a ban on Europe, that's a big...
Remember when he put a ban on Europe but left the one in the UK, and then everybody from Europe just flew to London and flew to the US?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And Britain's the worst affected country in Europe.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's like saying, it's watertight except for like the bottom bit.
Yeah, then...
Which is not watertight. But the water won't go in the bottom bit, so it's fine.
I mean, it was about...
The Titanic was mostly not letting on water.
Yeah, that one side was fine. That one side, that non-iceberg
about
side.
80% of the hull was absolutely sorted.
Yep.
So I think the captain did an excellent job myself.
That's pretty much the
They should have re-elected him for 4 more years if he hadn't died. But, whatever.
Hitting play.
Big thing. We would have probably lost hundreds of thousands of lives more had I...
No. Hundreds of thousands of lives more. What is he talking about? It's just, like I said...
Yeah, so he's basically... it would have been millions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's still shit. I mean, even if that were true, it's still shit. Look how much worse it is than every other... Well, we'll get to the graphs. Oh, my God. The graphs.
Yeah. Look, Italy is very close to Germany. We don't have hundreds of thousands. And there are a lot of Germans who went on holiday, So it's about what happens... There's
just a cheeky little Austria in the way. I see you, Austria.
There's, it's what happens when it gets here. And so the idea, he's lying. He's just lying every time he opens his mouth and breathes out of it. All right, anyway.
Had not done that. And all of the experts, every one of them, not one of them wanted to do it. They thought it was too severe.
Trump is always the hero. He's always the hero of his own narrative. It's always, everyone was against me. Nobody thought I could do it, and I did it, and I overcame it, and I'm the hero of this. Even though he steals other people's idea and their credit.
Yeah. Also, it's not true that none of the experts, there were loads of experts. I literally saw them being interviewed, even on Fox News. So you might have seen them as well, Donald. You probably got the idea from them.
Yeah.
Saying maybe it would be good if we shut down international air travel for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just stop people traveling all over
Moving
the place
around.
just for the time being, because that's not great for controlling shit.
Yeah. It's like when he talks about African Americans had the best employment in history under me. I'm like, yeah, but you're building on all the work done by Barack Obama, motherfucker. Like, you're
also not true,
up.
because
Yeah, and it wasn't true.
Under slavery, they had 100% employment. So
Ouch.
just saying.
Ouch.
Just saying. Yeah.
Ooh. But yeah, he basically takes credit for the black man's work and puts a little cream and cherry on top of it and goes, hey, look at what I made. I did all this. It's pretty much what
exactly.
he's done.
And all of the gains made during that time destroyed.
Lost, gone, because of his mismanagement.
Now, to be fair, he didn't create COVID.
Nope.
But the huge fuckery involved in this that other countries aren't going through is because of him.
Yeah. German unemployment's at 6%. Because we had...
Yeah, in the chat. That's a joke, by the way. I'm not saying slavery is a good thing. I was just pointing out that in the past, America had loads of slaves. And
That's
they were
why I
mostly,
did the...
if not entirely black.
Whoa! Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the whole...
Yeah.
Kevin's made a... Yes. But, yeah, I mean, German...
And statistically, it's true as well. So, leave me alone. Facts don't care about your feels.
British unemployment is around the same because of the worker furlough program, right? So there was a system that was designed to offset these kinds of massive economic problems. He and the Republicans didn't do that with their first 2 years in office. They didn't do shit. And then he basically has no national strategy at all. So,
well, I have to say...
They're just ribbing you in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, a broader point has to be said about American society, which isn't just about Trump, although he's very much a part of the core of this. The fact that you have such a huge potential homelessness problem coming up with people being evicted I mean, something like fucking 40% of America is under threat of potential eviction within the next couple of weeks because of all of this. You think America as a society has completely misused the most amazing abundant wealth that humanity has ever seen. There should be no poor people in America at all. And yet you've got Jeff Bezos, who's got so much money he could just eat money or whatever if he wanted to. He could burn billions and it wouldn't affect him in the slightest. And you've got some states, especially in the South, because surprise, Republican-run areas are worse hit by this, that have close to 50% of their rent, or 50% of their people in rented accommodation are in danger of becoming homeless within the next fortnight.
Yeah. And
the fuck is going on here?
Well, the thing is, so Trump, I think, it's the Republicans, too. The Mitch McConnell and his entire side of the aisle is just in complete disarray. They don't know what to do because the Republicans can't govern. Fundamentally, they don't know how to govern.
Well, not just that, but they're so... Yeah, the plan of the Bannon wing of the party has always been to essentially tear down the system in some form or another. So they're not trying to govern, but also they're so ideologically wed to the government being small. What's that small government except for the military, because we'll just pump billions into that all the fucking time regardless. But you can't just say, okay, like, we don't like UBI, but at least in the short term, there's no other fucking way around this. If people can't earn money outside of this, we don't need half of America on the fucking streets because that's revolution fucking guillotine time, Yeah,
so what happened was, they couldn't, Republicans refused to extend the $600 top-up, and then they didn't have another plan, and then they just went home. And then Trump came out and said he was going to do like an executive order to keep the $600, and now Mitch McConnell is like, oh, well, we'll stick with the $600 if Trump is going to support it. Like, you guys you don't understand. Like, do you not remember the last time we had a Great Depression? And what happened was the government didn't push money into the economy, and all that does is have terrible knock-on effects. Like you said, evictions. And then banks have a bunch of, people can't make their mortgage payments. So banks have a bunch of property, but they have no liquid assets. And it just becomes a downward spiral. Republicans can't govern. Because they refuse to govern, because they don't believe in government.
And that's what, if Trump had done the tax cut he did, but actually put it towards the smaller end or the lower earning end of the tax brackets, the economy would be in a great shape right now.
Yeah.
Because poor people, because they have to, will spend that money.
Yeah, they don't have
you
any.
give a billionaire, you give Jeff Bezos $20 billion, he's not going to spend $20 billion.
No.
Because why would he?
Because he can find
it's
ways
just
to
gonna
make
add
money
to the
with that money.
mountain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a stat they're looking at like a third of all like restaurants going under now because of this.
Yeah,
and
mad.
Those PPP, the payment protection plan monies went disproportionately to banks handed it out to rich companies as opposed to the small businesses that it was actually designed for because they're corrupt. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway. We're only 2 minutes in. This might be a long. Well, it
But,
can't be.
2 minutes in heaven is better than 1 minute in heaven.
Yeah, and definitely 2 minutes with Donald Trump is in the opposite direction. So, all right, hitting play.
They're all saying, "I'm glad you did it."
Whenever he says "they're all saying" or "people are saying," those are the voices in his head. Like, there's no real people, or maybe it's his sycophants.
I was going to say technically they're called journalists. They work on Fox News, but they're not actual journalists.
No, they're hacks. Okay.
Yeah.
So when he meets a real journalist, it's pretty much a shock. Okay.
Yeah, but he's Australian,
you.
so let's just temper expectations. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm only Australians, I'm joking.
Okay, here we go. So the criticism view that
most prominent is about the communication. It's the public health experts saying that it needs to be based in reality. And they're saying that the wishful thinking and the salesmanship is just not suitable at a time when a pandemic has killed 145,000 Americans. And it's that I understand what you're saying, that people need to hear positive
Such a
thinking,
huge number.
But, you know, for the past 5 months, it's been the virus is totally under control. And the cases have been going up and the deaths have been going up.
Look.
But you've been saying it's under control.
Nobody knew what this thing was all about. This has never happened before. 1917, but it was a totally different.
Yeah. So I'll
I'll tell you who would have known, the pandemic response team that you fired.
Yep.
They'd have told you. They'd have been able to tell you straight away what this was and how to deal with it.
Because actually people in China were dealing with it before it really spread in the United States. And people in Italy, there were lockdowns in Europe long before it really spread beyond New York City and New York State, New Jersey. Yeah. So, but he can't ever admit that a decision he made didn't turn out fantastic.
Well, it's literally, there's no getting around it. 145,000 American citizens are dead. Per capita, that's far in excess of any country in the world.
I think we've got 20% of the world's deaths, even though we're 4% of the world's population.
For 3% of the world's population. Yeah. Embarrassing.
Yeah. And he's just going to talk around it and talk stats as opposed to real people's lives.
There was no national plan. None whatsoever.
Still isn't one.
And just as an aside, the another way in which Boris Johnson is quite Trumpian, there's no national plan here either. So, we've been talking for ages about a track and trace app. Local councils are doing their own now. Because the national government are dog shit.
Won't. Yeah. I mean, at some point, that's what, he just basically didn't want the responsibility. So he turned it over to the governors. And
because he's out of his depth and his entire team are out of their depth. They couldn't, even if he wanted to do something about it, he'd have to admit that he'd hired complete dog shit people who don't know. Jared Kushner doesn't know what he's doing.
Apparently there's an article in Harper's, which I've not read, which basically said that Jared was part of a team that was putting together a national plan back when Trump said he was going to do something. He was playing around with the Defense Protection Act. And then they went, oh, wait a minute, if we help these are just Democratic run states. And then the plan disappeared.
Yeah. Because they were fine with them dying.
Yeah, they're fine with Democrats dying. But now that it's hitting our people, now it's a problem.
Good white Americans. Yeah.
All right, hitting play.
It was a flu in that case, okay? But other than 1917, there's never been anything like this. And by the way, if you watch the fake news on television, they don't even talk about it. But there are 188 other countries right now that are suffering, some proportionately far greater than we are, okay? As bad as we are.
Very few.
Some proportionately greater than we are.
Some proportionately? He doesn't know what words mean, does he?
No.
Some proportionately greater. So a greater proportion then. The sum is unnecessary in that sentence.
I think
Donald.
he's trying to say some countries are proportionately having a harder time.
I know.
Yeah.
I can possibly be trying to say, but this man can't string sentences together at all. It's embarrassing.
No.
And also, he's just fundamentally wrong. He's completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I can get up the COVID tables.
Per capita, America is by far the worst.
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
far the worst in the world.
Well, certainly within its like OECD peer groups. You know,
Oh yeah, okay, yes. There are some third world. Look, if America wants to compare itself to Rwanda or some shit, then yeah, okay, maybe they come out on top there.
Yeah, but a lot of those developing countries are kicking our ass. In terms
exactly. Yeah, there are lots. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there are loads of those countries who've actually got things under control.
See, the listening to Trump is like listening to Carl or Sargon, in that absolute shite comes out of their mouths, and then it's up to you to like try to make them make sense, which makes them smarter than they really are, because you're adding your intelligence to their garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you actually just analyze anything he says, it's just
meaningless.
It's also bollocks. Yeah.
Yeah,
some proportionately greater.
He constantly says,
it's not a sentence, Donald.
Yeah, he'll say, "Well, you know, it could get better or it could get worse." Well, what the fuck does that mean? Like that's meaningless.
Yeah, that is technically true though. He's not. That's one of the rare occasions in which he's not lying.
Yeah, but it's also not saying anything. Like there's no information.
Of course absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
It's like if they ask him, what about this COVID thing? The sky is blue.
Mm-hmm. That's as relevant.
Well done, Donald. Yeah. Well done.
Okay. Hitting play.
Right now, Spain is having a big spike. There are tremendous problems.
Oh, yes. This actually really annoys me. Can I just go to the COVID update? I noticed this in American newspapers, and it annoys me to no end. They will talk about there being a spike in Germany, or a spike in Spain, or a spike in Italy. So let's have a look to see what those spikes are, shall we?
Yes.
Yep. Look at this. They have 2,000 new cases and 1 new death. I mean, this might be full day's reporting. So let's go back to yesterday so we get a full 24-hour period. All right. So when Trump is talking about comparing cases, here, Spain, so they had 5,000 new cases. The United States had 10 times as many. Germany's having a spike. We had 706 cases and no deaths yesterday, compared to 54,000. So, I mean...
But look, Kristi, in France, there were 2 deaths. So...
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, I get that there has been when you're averaging 500 cases a day, or in Germany's case, like 300 cases a day, and it goes to 600, that's a spike. But they should include the numbers. They should include the numbers to make it comparable to what the U.S. is actually experiencing. Yeah.
Indonesia, a country of 120 million or something, has 80 deaths. Compared to America's 1,362.
Mm-hmm.
That's like nearly half the population of America and 4-5% of the number of deaths.
Yeah. So when they talk about...
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Bangladesh, another third world country, 100 million people, 50 deaths.
Yep.
It's fucking embarrassing.
So, like here in Germany, they just shut down football, the football league, for the rest of the summer, because it went from 300 a day to 600 a day or 700 a day in new cases, not deaths.
Yeah.
New cases. And that alarms officials in Europe. And the United States, 54,000 new cases. Right up there with Brazil.
Now they're opening schools.
Yes, and they want to open up
schools. Did you see the pictures of there's one school in Georgia? And I just felt so these fucking kids are being treated like guinea pigs in a political game here. Yeah. It's awful. And they were crammed into the hall. You think lots of those kids are going to die now.
Well, there was an overnight camp run by the YMCA where staff were required to wear masks, but the kids weren't. And of like the 600 kids that attended that camp, over 200 got COVID, tested positive for COVID.
Well, in that instance, it wasn't fun to stay at the YMCA.
No, it wasn't. I have a feeling that, like as I said, one of the things that's going to explain the total number of cases and deaths globally when they look back is right-wing authoritarian leaders.
Yeah, if you look at the worst countries that have done, Brazil, USA, Britain, Hungary.
Yeah, you guys are down here, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at the total number of
Yes.
deaths, 46,000.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Again, if you go to like France, bigger population, only 30,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pakistan, bigger population,
Yeah. And
6,000.
we can sort this by total deaths as well. U.S., Brazil, in this case, Mexico. Yeah, then UK, you guys are in the top 5.
Look at India. Fucking India, a country of 1 billion people, has fewer deaths than us.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
And of course,
Christ.
Italy and France were really far out ahead in terms of their total deaths
Yeah.
because of it was a novel virus.
very
People
much
didn't know how to handle it.
The COVID hipsters of Europe, yes.
Yeah. And we know, for instance, doctors now know that putting people on ventilators early is not a good thing. It doesn't help. You should try to deal with steroids and keep them off ventilators for as long as possible. So there's a reduction in the overall number of deaths, but if it keeps spreading, more people are going to keep dying. All right. Oh my God,
Yep.
we're only 3.5 minutes in. And we skipped like the first minute.
Well, you know what they say, 3.5 minutes in heaven is better than 1 minute in heaven.
All right. Hitting play.
In the world. You look at Moscow, look at what's going on with Moscow, look at Brazil, look at these countries, what's going on. This was sent to us by China, one way or the
It's like he's looking at a pile of
Sent
dead
to
Americans.
us?
Yeah.
They sent to us in the post. What are you on about?
Well, maybe that's why he's
Sent to
anti-post office. But honestly, he asks about things in America, and his total Soviet whataboutism. Well, yeah, we have a bunch of dead people here, but what about those people over there? And what about those? Yeah, but I'm not asking about those people because you don't run those countries, motherfucker. You run
exactly.
this
You're
country.
You're not. Exactly.
I'm gonna swear a lot with this one, by the way. I'm normally.
Well, I can't avoid foul-mouthedness, Kristi. It's not.
Fuck you, Kevin.
It's very uncouth. Not very ladylike.
All right, let's get through this.
other. And we're never going to forget it. Believe me, we're never going to forget it. And we were beating China at every single point. We were beating them on trade. We were making progress like nobody's
And then he does these.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about, you twat?
He just wanders off into the weeds. He just goes
People
on.
talk about Joe Biden being senile, and clearly he's not the sharpest. But this motherfucker doesn't. He can't stick with anything. Just whatever squirrel runs in front of his mind.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, we were beating them on trade.
Like,
Got
what?
nothing to do with anything.
Nothing. All right, hitting play.
ever made progress. They had, before the pandemic, they had the worst year, Jonathan, that they've had in 67
cares
years.
about
You know that, with the
China?
tariffs and everything else I did. We were taking
When
in
there are dead
billions of
Americans.
dollars. I was giving some of it to the farmers. The farmers were doing well because they were targeting the farmers. I was targeting China.
They were not targeting the farmers. Trump's tariffs on the farmers, on the products, meant that Chinese buyers stopped consuming them and they switched markets to like other places in South America and other places around the world. And U.S. farmers might have permanently lost access to that market now because of his tariffs. Yeah. And then he took our taxpayer money and threw it at the farmers to solve his problem, the problem he created.
Yeah, which is essentially trying to buy the votes of rural America.
Yep. Which is exactly
with
what
U.S. taxpayers' money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. That's what he did.
We were doing good. Then all of a sudden the game changed and I had to close it down. I closed down the greatest economy ever in history. And then
The fuck you?
Yeah, he just runs his fucking
lie
mouth.
after lie
It
after
is.
lie.
It is.
The greatest economy in human history. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then when the reporter tries to interrupt, he just railroads them because he's got that position of power, so he can like demand that they let him finish, and then he doesn't just finish, he continues. He's like Carl. He'll just keep running his fucking mouth until all the time is gone. All right.
Yeah.
Hitting play.
closed it down, and now we're opening it. And we saved, by the way, by closing it down, we saved millions of lives. If we
All right. He doesn't know how many lives have been lost yet because of his incompetence.
Millions. Donald, why you reduce yourself to that? Trillions of lives.
Yes. Yeah.
We saved all of the lives that have ever existed and will ever exist. That's how awesome I am.
Yeah.
Suck my balls.
Do you know where he's getting that number? I can tell you where he's getting that number of millions. By
From
the way.
his sweaty cleft.
Well, yeah, that too. But there is so when initially he didn't want to do anything to close. He didn't want to close down. He didn't want to, he didn't want to approve or encourage a shutdown. Fauci and Birx and other people came in and they did a model. They showed him a model that if the United States did absolutely nothing, if we just kept no masks, no nothing, up to 2 million people could die in like a year, right? So him doing anything, like helping with the ventilator production or whatever, was going to reduce it. So now the fact that he fucking did anything, and it's not 2 million, he's claiming he saved all of those lives. All those millions of lives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When they said if you do nothing, it doesn't mean if you do something, all of that gets totally ameliorated. That's not how that works, Donald.
Also, when he was out there, he was saying, oh, the initial models show it's going to be somewhere between 50, 60,000, like 150,000. We're hoping to come in under that 60,000 deaths mark. And then it moved to 75,000 deaths. And then it moved to 80,000 deaths. And then it moved to 100,000 deaths. And then it's now over the top of the projection that he first used back in March and in April.
Well, I still draw people back to there's only 15 cases. It'll be done by April.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to go away like magic. All right, hitting play.
We would have gone to herd, and we knew very little about the disease.
We would have gone to herd.
Do you think people are literally cows?
If we would have gone to herd.
Yeah, we would have gone to market, and we'd have fetched a pretty price.
God, sorry, just
millions of lives. If we would have gone to herd.
Did it again?
No, I went back.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
I just needed to see that on the words of that on the screen.
Because he does that. Did you see that he gave an awful speech and he pronounced Yosemite as Yosemite?
Yeah, I saw. I didn't see the tape.
And then repeated it wrong. He said it twice wrong. And I was like, I know it's Yosemite, you dopey prick. I'm not even from there. I'm not the president of Yosemite.
Have you never seen Yosemite Sam? Have you never watched Bugs Bunny? You dumb motherfucker.
No, he was too busy smoking fucking crack or something.
Apparently. If we would have gone the herd.
We're gone to herd. Like, what the fuck?
Yes,
yeah, I mean, clearly he does mean herd immunity.
Rory.
But that's a long word. He can say herd, but immunity's gone from his head.
Well, when you think of people as nothing more than animals, you can just discuss them as the herd.
Well, yeah, they're numbers, yeah.
Yeah. They're numbers that turn into dollar signs for him. Okay. Hitting play. What are you eating, toast?
Cookie.
A cookie, nice.
White ice cream and macadamia.
Ooh, that does sound delicious. All right, hitting play.
And we knew very little about the disease. If we would have gone herd, we would have lost.
He did say it again.
Gone herd. If we'd gone herd. I think he literally thinks it's like cattle. It's literally like cattle.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to be charitable here. I would imagine that in these, this assumes that he actually attends the meetings of the medical professionals, and it makes sense. But you know how everything gets a shortcut, everything gets an abbreviation, and they just refer to herd as a shortcut for herd immunity.
Yeah, probably.
And he doesn't think, I'm going to sound like a fucking moron if I go and say this to the general public who has no idea what this phrase means.
If they'd gone herd. Anyway, yeah, no, it's not a biscuit, Madeline. It's a proper, big cookie. It's an actual cookie rather than a biscuit.
Wait, how do you tell the difference between a biscuit and a cookie?
Well, I think Madeline thinks I'm talking about the little Maryland ones, which are like hard cookies, which are basically biscuits. But it's not. It's like a proper soft, nice, chewy.
Oh,
crumbly.
like a chocolate chip cookie, kind of. Like a
proper
softy,
cookie.
dewy.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say, and it's not that if he turns up for the meetings, it's because he can be physically there. I imagine his mind tends to wander a little.
Yes.
So he might be physically there, but in spirit, he's on the golf course.
Ooh, hold on a second. I need to reply back. Yay! All right. So I told you that even though I don't necessarily need someone to clean my house, someone contacts me and says, I'm going to be around. Do you need your house cleaned? So she just contacted me, and so it's my way of
Well,
contributing.
Kristi, can you take your personal matters in your own time?
No, this is my
You're
personal
on the clock
time.
now. You're on the clock.
I don't get paid for
Let's
shit.
keep it professional, shall we?
Keep her moving. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead here. Hit play here.
That's how Kristi
Millions
talks.
of people. Millions of people. One person's too much. We're at 140,000 people. One person is too much. We're at 140. We would have lost.
I love Jonathan Swan's reactions, and
Yeah. He's just like, you fucking twat. Look at that. For that face of the manager's thinking, oh, fuck my life.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I make that face all the time when I listen to Trump, so I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Millions of people. And
He doesn't look on his face is like he just told a lie. Like, I know it's more than 140, but I can't interrupt him because he'll tell me to stop again.
Yeah.
those people that really understand it, they really understand it. They said it's incredible the job that we've done. And again, I bring it up.
Who says?
This is it. Just ask him, who says this? Give me a name.
Yeah.
What books? Give me a title. What plan? Show me the plan. That's all you have to do to defeat Trump, is ask him for specifics. Who are these people? When he says, oh, foreign leaders are, when I talk to him, they can't believe what a great job. Like, name names, motherfucker. Who?
Yeah.
Angela Merkel? Angela Merkel's not saying it. What, Vladimir Putin? Is that who's saying it? So, yeah. Sorry. All right. You wanted to say something, or should I hit play?
Hit play.
Okay.
The ban.
Sorry. I just want a Swan cam. I want this. I want all the film of his reactions and nothing else, or at least the option to see them both, like a split screen. I want a split screen of this.
Someone did a fantastic edit of Trump interviewing Trump from this, and it's really good because it makes in Trump talk it makes total sense.
I would love to see that. You have to show it to me sometime.
Yeah, I think I retweeted it. Let's get it up.
All right.
Banning China from coming in.
But it was already in here by the time. It was already here. Like, by the time you banned China, it came in through Europe.
Nobody knew the extent. Nobody knew how contagious it was.
But the question is, Mr. President,
maybe China knew.
By June, we knew things were bad. And, the last time I was with you was the day before your Tulsa rally in the Oval. And, you were saying big, huge crowd. It was indoors.
By the way,
these people, they listen to you.
Excuse me, Jonathan.
Yeah.
We had a 19,000-seat stadium. First of all, we had 12,000 people, not 6,000, which you reported.
Oh God, this is what he's going to spend.
He's still salty about the fucking crowd.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what he's focusing on.
Ask him about job numbers. He couldn't give you a fucking number in his life. He hasn't got a clue.
Oh God.
Ask him about a crowd size number, and all of a sudden he will start coming everywhere. Fucking hell, what a child.
All right. Hitting play.
Other people report. But you couldn't even get in. It was like an armed camp.
Why would you have wanted
that? 120 Black Lives Matter people.
I understand, but what?
120? Oh, well, the 12,000 should have taken them easily then, Donald. How can 120 people so easily bully 12,000?
It's always, he always has an excuse. It's never his fault. It's I used that tactic when I was 14. But he's in his 70s now, right? Oh my
Very
God.
much so, yeah.
They had 120 Black Lives Matter support or protesters.
Well, your fans are fucking dog shit then, because I assure you, as a person who goes to the football, and if anyone has a go at the crowd size again, I will knock you the fuck out, of about 20,000-ish each week. If 120 people turned up to try and stop us getting in, those 120 people would not be in ideal physical condition afterward.
No.
Let's just put it that way. So your fans must be absolutely pathetic, Donald.
Yeah. 10-1 odds, or 10-1 outnumbered, and they just, couldn't handle it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, they're really dedicated to you, Donald, because 120 people, they went, oh, fuck this.
Yes. All right, hitting play.
Why would you have wanted a huge
Tulsa,
crowd?
excuse me, wait. And Tulsa, well, because that area was a very good area.
So he says, "Excuse me, wait." Then he answers the question, and then he just keeps. God, he's got diarrhea of the mouth. This guy.
Yeah.
Fucking diarrhea of the mouth. All right.
Time. It was an area that was pretty much over. After a month later.
After I was there, it was infected. It wasn't infected before I got there, Kelvin.
No, it's fine. There were no deaths in Oklahoma before I got there.
Yeah.
No.
And by the way, there were medical experts begging them to not have the rally. There were
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not just that, but again, 120 people. Surely the police can handle 120 people.
You'd think. Yes.
Yeah. If they can handle 12,000, 120 shouldn't be that big a deal, really.
But okay, back to how he spread COVID.
It started going up. That's a month later. But
yeah, you know how long it takes for symptomatic people to show up in the hospital and need tests? About a month.
Well, of course he doesn't. He would have had to listen to experts for that. Like, he literally, fucking months into it, he was like, "Oh, did you know there's this thing called asymptomatic?" What, you just learned that months in? Fucking hell, I heard that on the news 3 months before you just said it, and you've only just learned it. So, like I say, he might have been in the room, and experts might have been telling him about this, but he was thinking, "I wonder if I could get up and down from that bunker." Not sure. Like, that's what's in his head. Or, "I would love to be drowning in Russian hookers' piss right now." You know, whatever.
All right, hitting play.
Tulsa was a very good. Oklahoma was doing very well as a state. It was almost free.
No, it wasn't.
It spiked a month later, month and a half, 2 months later, but it was a good area.
A month and 2.5. It is 2 months later now. What the fuck? Oh God, he doesn't even have a sense of time. And a good area means my supporters were there.
Yeah, that's precisely what it means. But there were also some Black Lives Matter people who he definitely doesn't want to call N-words, honest.
Yes.
He doesn't, obviously he doesn't want to do that. That would be silly.
Mm-hmm. All right, hitting play.
We had a tremendous crowd. We had tremendous response. You couldn't even, it was like an armed camp. You couldn't even get through. You couldn't get anybody in.
But
we had 12,000 people. It was incorrectly reported. The other thing we had that nobody wants to talk about.
Hang on. Time out, home slice. Homeboy. You say no one could get through, and then you say 12,000 people got through.
Yep.
Those two things are literally the opposite of one another.
Yeah. Well, he both wins and he's a victim. He's both the victor and the victim at all times. Because he's a narcissist.
Like a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Fox broadcast it. It was the highest rating in the history of Fox.
He's talking about ratings. People are dying, and he's bringing up, he's not even being asked about it. I mean, Jonathan brought up, but he's bringing up oh God.
Yeah, at no point did they go, "Tell us about your ratings, Donald." No, that's all that's on his mind is it was the highest rate. And now, let's say it was. Who cares? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if he's talking absolute shit there, but whatever. Let's say it was. People are stuck at home. They've got nothing else to do. Maybe they switched on and watched the president drink a glass of water. How very impressive.
With one hand.
Let's say that's exactly. Yeah, let's say that's true. What are you talking? 140,000 people are dead.
Yeah.
And you're talking about your fucking ratings. You utter piece of dog shit.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Jonathan is thinking right now. And as Haruka mentions in the chat, it's probably where Herman Cain got his infection. Either, maybe not at the rally, but maybe going to the rally or hanging out with people afterwards.
Lol.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to miss him. I'm sure his family does. But, you play with the bull, you get the horns. Oh, yeah, I saw on Twitter, I don't know if we're going to cover it, but some priest was giving a sermon saying that Catholics who didn't show up to service were lukewarm in their faith on the same day he found out he was COVID positive.
Oh, it's always a death cult. It
is. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's hear Trump try to salvage the complete embarrassment of, because he didn't even want to go out and speak to those crowds.
Look at that face. He's thinking, this motherfucker.
Yep.
He's not saying this shit. He's not.
Yeah. Yep. So he's just going to keep, Trump's going to just keep gish galloping. This is what he's doing. He's just gish galloping.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Television, Saturday night. It was the highest rating.
Mr. President.
My speech, well, wait a minute. You're saying something.
Yeah.
that speech was the highest rated speech
Well, he would
in
if
the
he let
history
him.
of
Yeah.
Fox Television on Saturday night. And nobody says that.
I think you misunderstand.
Nobody congratulates him for getting great ratings on Fox News on a Saturday night.
Yeah, because no one gives a fuck.
Exactly. No one gives a fuck.
Why would you expect? What a narcissistic prick! Why would you expect people to give a fuck about that? People are like losing their jobs and family members and shit.
Yep.
But you want everyone to be like, oh, let me just suckle your fucking penis for a while, Mr. Trump.
Tell me how great
Let
my
me
ratings
fillet
are.
you. Yeah.
God, I
fuck
hate
you,
this man. I really hate this man.
Yeah.
All right, hitting play.
Understand me? I'm criticizing your ability to draw a crowd. Are you kidding me?
I'm
I've
just
covered you for
saying
5
this.
years. You draw massive
I'm
crowds.
just
You get
saying
huge
this.
ratings. I'm asking about the
At
public
the time,
health.
and I canceled another one. I had to cancel it. We were
Right.
going to have a great crowd in New Hampshire, and I canceled it for the same reason.
But here's the question. I've covered you for a long time. I've gone to your rallies. I've talked to your people. They love you. They listen to you. They listen to every word you say. They hang on your every word. They don't listen to me or the media or Fauci. They think we're fake news. They want to get their advice from you. And so when they hear you say everything's under control, don't worry about wearing masks, I mean, these are people, many of
Sorry, Forehead. Kevin did apologize for that, and Shu and Armored Skeptic both accepted that apology years ago. So why don't you get an update on your information, you dumb fuck?
Yep. Yeah.
them are older people,
What's
Mr.
your
President.
definition of control? Yeah. Under the
It's giving them a false
circumstances
sense of
right
security.
now, I think it's under control. I'll tell you what.
How? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is. But that doesn't mean we aren't doing everything we can. It's under control.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. People are dead, Kevin. It is what it is. Why aren't they giving them more credit?
Fantastic. What great healing words that'll go down there with, think not of what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And fucking, 7 years ago. It is what it is.
Yep. Also, Forehead, you show up in our chat and you don't know the information and you make an accusation against Kevin not knowing the facts. Yeah, we're going to treat you rudely. So the problem wasn't my reaction. The problem was that you didn't do your homework and you got called out for it. So, deal.
Schooled, son.
Yeah, like, don't get mad at me. Yeah. Has Juno? No, she's never apologized for being a racist. All right. So yeah, it is what it is. People are just dead, Kevin. It is what it is. Why aren't people giving him more credit for the people who haven't died yet?
Exactly. Think of exactly. 140,000 have died, but 300 million haven't. So be very grateful.
Yes.
And that's not a threat.
Pretty much his attitude. Yeah.
But you're supposed to give some sort of healing consolation to the nation at the very least, a figurehead. You're obviously more than that. Yeah. You've got a lot of federal power, but you're the focal point for the nation, and it is what it is.
Yeah, he's got one phrase that he says repeatedly. If you listen to him way too much, he will say, "One death is too many." That's about the closest thing he'll get to acknowledging the pain and suffering of the American people. So,
yeah, at no point will you hear him say, "It's absolutely tragic, and my heart goes out to all of the people who've suffered.
Yeah.
This is awful. I'm with you. We're doing everything we can."
Yeah,
That's what you want to hear. That's what an actual statesman would do when their country is on fire, both figuratively and literally in places.
Yep. So as you guys know, I watch or listen to MSNBC because it's hard to get American English news.
Because you're a communist. Yeah.
Yes. Nicole Wallace at the end of her show, I don't know, for weeks now, she talks about people who have died of COVID. She brings up people's names and what they did. Sometimes it's doctors who were in the emergency room or in the hospitals treating people with COVID who end up becoming the patients and end up having to have their colleagues turn into their carers and watch them die. There was one she did about a 9-year-old girl with special needs who got COVID and died. Her voice was cracking. She couldn't go on. She feels the pain of the parents and the family members and the colleagues in a way that Trump couldn't even imagine. And she's a newscaster, All right. Hitting play.
As you can control it. This is a horrible plague that beset us.
You really think this is as much as we can control it? 1,000 deaths a day?
I'd like to know if somebody, first of all, we have done a great job. We've gotten the governors everything they needed. They didn't do their job.
Again, he doesn't want a national plan so he can blame other people.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible.
Exactly. Yeah, blame the governors.
Mm-hmm.
Blame the governors.
Even though we don't have the tests in the States. You guys in the States don't have the tests. You can go to 2 airports in Germany if you go there 4 hours before your flight and you pay some money. And I don't know how much it is, but you can get a test before you get on the plane and get the results if you just get to the airport 4 hours early. But there are people who are sick that still have to wait for their test results for like 7 days, 10 days.
Oh, that's a thing. Apparently the shoe arseholes are out in force.
And they're not very smart either. Wow.
No.
What is up with the dumb motherfuckers in the chat? I'm just going to let other people bring the ban hammer because we've got a
She released a video or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, as we said, that was old news and was taken care of. So unless she was retracting her apology back when she was still dating Armored Skeptic. Okay, hitting play.
Many of them didn't, and some of them did. Someday we'll sit down, we'll talk about the successful ones, the good ones. Look at that smile. The good ones and the bad. We had good and bad, and we had a lot in the middle. But
look at that smile.
Well, Jonathan... Jonathan Swan is probably looking at him going, "You're so full of shit right now." And Trump had to react. That's why they don't have him on camera. I think Jonathan, I think that's what he is.
I was just thinking, is this like a daydream he's now having? Like, look at that smile. Oh, there's a dog that's eating ice cream. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, look, there's a fat man rolling down a hill. Look, he's in his happy place.
Yes. Oh, have fun with the ban hammer and chat, you guys. See who can get him first. All right.
Exactly.
Incredible governor. I could tell you right now who the great ones are and who the not so great ones are. But the governors do it. We gave them massive amounts of material.
Mr. President, you changed your message this week in terms of you cancelled the Jacksonville Convention. You said wear a mask. You're saying, that it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's not something you like to say. I know you said that. The big question...
Not get worse like the original flow. You understand that. But
I hope not. It's 1,000.
Now if you look, Arizona's going down.
If I can just finish my question.
Texas is going down and Florida's going down.
The question is, are you going to...
Is he talking about the Electoral College now?
Ooh, yeah.
Wonder whether you would stick to that message until Election Day, whether in a week or two you won't say, right, we've got to reopen again. We can't do this stuff anymore, that you'll get bored of talking about the virus and go back to that sort of cheerleading.
I never get bored of talking about this. It's too big a thing. And again...
I never get bored of the sound of my own voice. I can talk for hours and days.
Yeah, Trump will talk. That's why his fucking press conferences go on for 5 hours.
Yes.
Because he loves the sound of his own voice. Mm-hmm. He's got nothing of importance or worth to say.
He also has nothing better to do. I mean,
because he's not interested in governing.
No, he's only the president of the United States. He's just got hours to spend watching Fox News and talking about shit.
Yeah, he wants the title.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to actually do anything.
Nope.
Which is why he hasn't done anything. He hasn't achieved anything.
Nope. Not a guy.
The one bit of wall he did build got blown down by some wind. I mean...
Love it.
I mean, I don't know about you, but that does not bode well. That's almost like that's literally a message from God, Don. Come on then.
All right, hitting play.
So will you stick to that message?
By China, it should have been stopped by China, and it wasn't.
But now it's here.
We have
you're the
it
president.
Here.
But now it's here, and you're the president.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God. I mean. Firstly, I'm not sure it should have been stopped by China because it's a very contagious disease and international air travel is rampant now. Everyone fucking does it. And look, it's here now. Xi Jinping is not running the show in America, at least in theory. Although clearly he lives in Donald Trump's head rent-free, so that's something. So Donald Trump is at the wheel, or at least in theory he's at the wheel, but I think he's nodded off. I think he's literally asleep at this point. I mean, look, his eyes are closed.
He's too busy looking for ratings information, how he's doing, because, that's how he validates himself. All right.
Yeah, he's one of the most pathetically broken human beings.
Oh, definitely.
That's one of the sad things. Like, and you can see it from his parents. His parents essentially abused him as a kid. They've literally got an account called Kevin Logan is Sexist. Awesome.
Apparently calling them an asshole really burned their butts, and now they can't let it go. They're like, I'm gonna create new accounts. I'm gonna definitely go. I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm salty. Wee.
Can I say to the person? I presume you've tuned back in now. Can I buy the Kevin Logan is Sexist channel from you? Because I think that would be
sexy.
fun.
Wow. Like, they ran out of sock accounts, so they had to go make some. What kind of useless person does
I can't wait to see what they come up with next. That'll be fun. Kevin Logan is a fascist.com.
Everybody laugh at the idiot in the chat. Go ahead. Oh, that's hilarious. You lost. Take the L. Move on. You're nothing can get nothing but scorn. You're just amusing us at this point. We're all just laughing at you after every time you show up. All right, hitting play.
And I think I'm very consistent. No, this is a very serious thing. Do you think we have 140,000 people at this moment? This is a very, very...
Yeah, that's what he was like looking at it. It's like it's more than 140,000. I think it was already to 150 when this interview was done. But Swan's also, just like, it's more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you're using the wrong tense, Donald. You had 140,000 people.
Until I became president.
Yeah.
Serious situation. And what you have to do is handle it the best it can be handled. And again, I'm working with the governors. I got them tremendous amounts of equipment that they would have never gotten. Jonathan, they wouldn't have equipment now if I didn't get it.
Hang on, whoa, time out. Complete diversion. I do not support the baggies. How fucking dare you? HK them's fighting
That's
words.
Offensive. That's fucking offensive.
I should point out that means they're accusing me of supporting West Bromwich Albion, who are inbred cousin fuckers with tiny thumbs, all of them. Apart from my nan, who was a West Brom fan. God rest her soul. But no, I'm a Birmingham City fan. So any more of that nonsense, and I will have to set Rory on you. And he will. He's got a nasty nip on him. Don't get him started.
Yep, and those claws. Stay away from those claws.
Indeed.
Hi, Bruce. Good to see you in the chat, by the way. It's always lovely when you're here.
Hey, dog.
Okay. So, Jonathan, Swan's trying to figure out how to form his sentence now in a way that Trump will actually answer the question.
Exactly. Well, Trump is a dumb vortex. It's difficult not to get sucked into not being able to talk.
Yes.
He's so stupid, he takes away your ability to be vaguely coherent.
All right, here we go.
Commit by what date that every American will have access to the same day testing that you get here in the White House?
Well, we have great testing. We're doing. And
Yep, because they don't.
And again, straight away problem.
Yep, we have great
Absolute
testing.
problem. We have great testing. Yeah, no, he asked you a very specific question about a very specific public policy issue.
Sorry, look at what Haruka wrote in the chat.
Mankey shoe fans can he read? Yeah.
Thank you. That made my day. All right, so I think now he's going to talk about how great his testing is. So hold on.
Yeah.
And
by what date?
People do. Let me explain.
See, the ankle's going. The ankle's going now. The shoe. He's getting a bit frustrated because he's
being lied to. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
He's asked a very specific question. By what date will this very specific, very absolutely well-defined concept of same-day testing for the coronavirus be in place?
Mm-hmm.
We have great testing. No, that's not really at all what I asked, Donald.
Nope.
No.
Okay. See, let's bloviate.
Testing. We have tested more people than any other country, than all of Europe put together times 2. We have tested more people than anybody ever thought of.
That's almost certainly not true.
Yeah, and also
that's almost certainly not true. But
you know why Europe, Germany, for instance, hasn't had to conduct as many tests? Because we have the virus.
Communism.
Yeah, because we have the virus better under control, or far better under control. And so when you have fewer people exposed, you have fewer demand on tests, which means you need fewer tests. So the fact that there's more tests available and more testing being done doesn't mean that that's the solution. It means the virus is spreading. across the country.
And much of mainland Europe had very effective, properly enforced lockdowns, which helps. And, compulsory mask wearing in public places and things like that, which, again, you're never going to stop it completely. It's one of those things that may never go away. It may just be with us now. But you're never, there are things you can do to take away the undue risk.
Yes.
Which America's done none of. You've had kind of shutdowns weekly enforced in some states. In some states, it's just like, nah, fuck it. Let's just, let's let children lick each other's faces. Who cares?
He never used the powers he has under the Defense Authorization or the Defense Production Authorization Act to force companies to produce testing materials and reagents and the supplies. None of that.
Well, he was too busy sending in fascist stormtroopers to attack and black bag peaceful protesters.
Yeah, and what happened when they pulled the troops back? Oh, look at that. The violence dramatically reduced.
Yeah, exactly. If you antagonize people, they'll get violent, Yeah. People don't like generally being abducted.
And
it
other
tends
people
to rile them up a little.
Yeah. And other people will go and stand up for the people to protect them, and that will lead to more people standing up for. And instead of getting peace, what you get is resistance.
I still can't believe that Hillary Clinton got all that shit for saying that actual neo-Nazis were deplorable.
Yes.
And Donald Trump's just like, these line of middle-class white moms, fuck them.
We're desensitized. I mean, we're outrage fatigue. You can't owe it. But of course, there's also just the double standard of how the right wing will just scream about one thing over and over and over and over again, whereas the mainstream media isn't a propaganda outlet. They might be shit, but they're not there with the same talking points across 7 different media companies, all giving, the Democratic candidate's party line. Anyway, so Haruka's just taking a bow in the chat for that great Menke shoe fans Kenny Reed line. So, looks like
you deserve it. You deserve it. Take your lap of honor.
You might have to go check out your Twitch comments, Kevin. They might have given up here. They might have been shamed out of the chat here. So,
Tony's got Tony's a moderator there.
All right, use your mod powers, Tony.
Yeah, ban away.
All right, hitting play. Oh, false alarm.
It has 1.4 billion people. They've done 11 million tests. We've done 55. It'll be close to 60 million tests.
All right. He's proud that the United States is able to do more in terms of production of tests than India, who started late and are a much less wealthy country.
Yeah, most people, there are millions, tens of millions of people in India who don't have indoor plumbing, Donald. If you're comparing yourself to that country when you're no offense to the people of India, I'm just saying you're a developing nation. If you're comparing yourself to the ability of that nation to deal with this issue, you have, like I say, spectacularly wasted the largest resources humanity has ever known.
Yes, you've mismanaged this entirely.
Yeah.
Okay, hitting play.
And, there are those that say, you can test too much. You do know that.
Who says that?
Oh, just read the manuals, read the books.
Manuals?
Read the books.
Manuals?
Yes. Manuals?
Books have been written. It's only been around for a couple of months.
Yeah.
In terms of the proper testing and stuff. Who were writing where are these books? What?
Yes, exactly. That's why Jonathan...
the great panoply of coronavirus literature. What are you talking about?
Yeah. What is... And just you can test too much. Just the answer. Who says that? Read the books. What books?
Also,
you can't give an answer.
Can you?
No.
Is there such a thing? I mean, in theory, if you gave everyone 10 tests a day, that would be too much. But it was not. You're still not testing too much. You're just wasting resources.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I mean, what you're going to get when you get more tests and you don't have positive cases is your positivity rate is going to go down. That's it.
What's RTFM?
Read the fucking manual.
Oh, okay.
That's when people call you with basic questions about the software, and they're So anyway, here we go.
And there are those that say
I just went back to
you can test too much. You do know that.
Who says that?
Just look at his face.
Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin says it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. He just looks so confused. Like, who says that?
Yeah.
Nobody says that. All right.
Oh, just read the manuals, read the books.
Manuals?
Read the
He's gonna get
Look at
wrinkled.
the face. Yeah.
He's gonna get a permanent wrinkle from working in this White House, right between his eyebrows, from being confused all the time.
Yeah. Manuals? What?
What the
are you
fuck?
talking about?
Wait, what? You said people, now they're books, now they're manuals. What fucking manuals? Oh my god.
What
Books.
manuals?
Read the books.
What books?
Sorry, I just love this. I just
What books?
What testing does
I'm
is
sorry,
it shows, wait a minute,
who
John,
said-
let me explain. What testing does, it shows cases. It shows where there may be cases. Other countries test, you know when they test? They test when somebody's sick. That's when they test.
No. But anyway, all right, we're just gonna let him lie. I want to watch Swan. It's just
Also,
like-
the reason that like South Korea got it under control initially was specifically because they tested people who weren't showing symptoms. They had like these huge drive-through testing facilities,
in case
and
someone
so they
was
were able
positive.
to screen people out.
Yeah, and they could find cases that otherwise they might not have caught until much later.
Exactly. Isolate them. They're
Yep.
not spreading it anymore.
Contact tracing, have people quarantine, and then you get the spread under control.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, hitting play.
I'm not saying they're right or wrong. Nobody's done it like we've done it. We've gotten absolutely no credit for it.
Yeah,
But we've
that's
come up
literally
with-
true. No
Yeah.
one's done it like you've done it. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Because people have done like the right thing usually,
And
or at
what-
least tried. Yeah.
This stuff he wants credit for is not about saving lives, at all.
No.
At all.
No.
It's and it's stuff that other people have done that he wants to take credit for too, like actually getting the rates down and people staying at home, and businesses going under because everybody is trying to save public health. But not everybody, but a lot of people want to stay safe. You know, he's not doing anything. So what credit should he fucking get? Anyway, hitting play.
So many different tests. The only thing that we have now is some people have to wait longer than we'd like them to.
It's a big problem.
We want point to point. We want to have a 5-minute to a 15-minute
Right.
test.
When do
we
you think-
have, and like many others,
Every
from what
American.
I understand, we're close to.
Just trying to get a word in edgeways with the nonsense.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I feel like, you know, he really should have channeled more Paxman in this interview, but I suppose he didn't want to get thrown out. So,
Well, exactly. Yeah, this is. I mean, there's a slight difference that Trump has granted an interview in the White House compared to Paxman, where your man went on his show. Like
Yes.
the power dynamic is a bit different. You know?
right. Yeah, he's in the lion's den and he's with the president. He's got to be courteous. But yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan, I see. They clearly have nothing better to do with their lives. I actually feel sorry for them.
I can't stand people with the surname Winters whose name begins with K. I mean, it's just these fucking people.
I'm guessing they're about 13, and they're a massive, massive shoe fan, and they really they just can't get over it. So at this point, I mean, you can just ignore them. They got their
But you know, they also can't.
what?
They can't even read.
They can't even read. No, they can't even read. So at this point, yeah, just ignore them because they're so thirsty for attention. So
They're fucking barn pots, I'm telling you.
okay, hitting play.
50% where it's point-to-point test. We are making thousands of instruments, thousands of tests right now, tens of thousands that can be distributed to various parts of the country. But you have to understand, and we've even sent some of them to other countries where they had a big problem. Jonathan, almost 50%, in fact, I think the number might be over, is immediate testing. The other's tough. You take a test, you have to send it to a laboratory. Let's say that takes a day. Let's say
Right.
it's a day.
It's difficult.
You know, so it's 3 or 4 or
understand.
5 days.
It's just like, this is fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
I'm listening to a man talk shit here.
Yep. Yeah.
He's like, right, yeah, okay, let's move on to something else.
Yep. Yeah. It's like you can tell he's
I know,
getting
you know-
impatient.
You're not going to answer the question, okay?
Yes, pretty much. That's that face. Okay, you're not going to answer the question. It's exactly that face.
There's nothing you do about that.
But when do you think we'll have it for
I
everyone?
think that you
What
will
day?
have that relatively soon. I mean, again,
What does that mean?
you already have half.
Yeah.
I would much rather get back to you because I don't
Okay.
want to have you
That's
write
fine.
in 1 month.
That's
I
fine.
didn't make it. I missed it by
Yeah,
a day,
I
and
get
it's
it.
a headline.
Mr. President, I want to talk about the federal intervention.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
one thing I would say about
Yeah.
testing. Because we test so much, we show cases.
fuck's sake.
So we show many, many cases. We show tremendous number of, I know you're smiling.
You know, the way they show cases because they're infected. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what a case is.
You show a large number of cases because people have gotten ill.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because, you know, again, we've done this many times, but by his logic, if we just didn't have pregnancy tests, the birth rate would go down.
Exactly. If you don't test for cancer,
it's not there.
The fact that people died, that's irrelevant. They didn't have cancer, clearly. It's fine.
Yep. All right. 11 minutes. So we're getting there. I don't know if we're going to do the whole thing because we do have other things to do with our lives. But
I want to. Do you want to skip through to the graphs? I want to see the graphs.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can find where he pulls out his little pieces of paper.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. I'll go back a little bit. Okay.
There we go.
Still about cases. Sorry, that looks
Still.
like. All right.
I don't put any stock in China's figures.
The point is, because we are so much better at testing than any other country in the world, we show more cases.
The figure I look at is death. And death is going up now.
Okay,
and it's 1,000 a day.
If you look at death...
Yeah, it's going up again.
Let's look.
Daily death.
Take a look at some of these charts.
I'd love to.
We're going to look.
Let's look.
And if you look at death...
Yeah.
He doesn't need a
Started to go up again.
one.
He doesn't need a backrest, Donald, does he?
Right
No.
here, the United States is lowest in numerous categories.
They really should have
He
made the
doesn't
font
know.
bigger.
Yeah. In numerous categories. Okay, Don.
Yeah, sure.
Style it out, mate. That wasn't obvious.
We're lower than the world.
Lower than the world.
Lower than the world. Again, just absolutely styling it. There's no content to it. We're lower in various categories. We're lower than the world.
The world.
Couldn't even think of like. He didn't even say Europe.
No.
Just the world.
I love these reaction shots. Like I said, I wish it was a split screen.
Look at that face. He's just like, what in the fuck are you talking about?
All right, here we go.
Then
What is that?
Europe.
What does that
In
mean?
what? In what?
Take a look. Right here. Here's case death.
Oh, you're doing death as a proportion of cases. I'm talking about death as a proportion of population.
Look at that blank stare.
Yeah.
That is the stare of a man who did not understand what he just said.
And have you seen Trump's reaction to this?
Yes.
Yeah. Because then he's just like, he's trying to think, wait a minute, is that good for me? Oh, wait, that's not good for me. So then he has a typical...
He's so out of his depth.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
All right, here we go.
That's where the US is really bad.
Well,
Much worse than South Korea, Germany, etc.
you can't do that.
Why can't you... Why? Of course you can. It's data. You can... Yeah, true. Yeah, as Haruka says, charts furnished by PragerU.
Yeah.
Of course you can do that. It's just data. But of course it doesn't make him look good. And that's why you can't do it. Because the dear leader looks bad.
Yeah.
All right, hitting play.
Why can't I do that?
You have to go by...
Why can't I do that? And it goes, you have to go by, I can't explain why, but...
You have to go by where... Look, here is the United States. You have to go by the cases.
Just that face again.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is he talking about?
This is nonsense. This is absolute bollocks, yeah.
Right.
Cases.
Why
of
not
death.
as a proportion of
When we have
population?
somebody... What it says is when you have somebody that where there's a case, the people that live from those cases.
It's surely a relevant statistic to say if the US has X population and X percentage of death of that population versus South Korea.
You have to go by the cases.
Well, look at
Wait. You have to go by the cases, but we have too many cases. We shouldn't be doing so many tests. Wait a minute. Okay, hitting play.
South Korea, for example, 51 million population, 300 deaths. It's like, it's crazy
you don't
compared to
know
other
that.
countries. I do. It's
You
on
don't
the.
know
it's-
that.
You think they're faking their statistics? South.
That's a great moment.
Yeah. You basically just shout fake news at the problem, Donald. It's worked so well before.
Yes, do that. You have to actually think on your feet.
It's not like that's
You're not
literally
good at
what got you into the problem in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you just make the numbers take hydroxychloroquine, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll
Increase the death
cure
rates.
the numbers. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Korea?
I won't get
advanced
into
country?
that because I have a very good relationship
Yeah.
with the country, but you don't know that. And they have spikes. Look, here's
Germany, low.
Here's
9,000.
one.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying Jonathan drag him all over the White House floor.
Yeah.
And as much as you can with a bloviating narcissist like Trump. So
Here's one right here, United States. You take
Anyway.
the number of cases.
Okay.
Now look, we're last, meaning we're first.
Last, I don't know
We
what
have
we're
the
first
best.
in. As a what?
Take a look.
Okay.
Again, it's
I just-
cases.
Okay.
And we have cases.
Oh, God, it's a 7-year-old.
1,000 Americans are dying a day, but I understand on cases it's different.
No, but you're not reporting it correctly, Jonathan.
I think I
sorry, I need to go back and watch his reaction going, "You're full of shit, but I can't say that out loud." So that's basically
Yeah.
what
We're last, which means we're first.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's a 5-year-old's analysis of the thing. Okay, babe. Just
Also, who in his staff makes the font so small in their charts? Seriously.
I don't know, but they're getting fired.
They
so,
should be.
you know.
They absolutely should be.
Yeah.
All right. So just to enjoy this reaction again one more time. This you're talking shit, but I can't say that.
understand on cases it's different.
No, but you're not reporting it correctly, Jonathan.
I think I am, but
If you take a look at this chart, look, this is our testing, I believe. This is the testing, yeah.
yeah, we do more tests.
No, wait a minute. Well, don't we get credit for that? And because we do more tests, we have more cases. In other words, we test more. We have.
Yeah, but
now,
you
take a
wanted
look.
to stop
the
testing.
Top one,
Yep.
That's a good thing, not a bad thing. The top, Jonathan.
If hospital rates were going down and deaths were going down, I'd say terrific. You deserve to be praised for
Well, they
testing,
don't
but they're
even-
all going
you know,
up.
they very rarely talk-
60,000 Americans are in
If
hospital.
you watch the
1,000
news or
dying a
read the
day.
papers, they usually talk about new cases.
God, he doesn't care that people are dying.
No,
He doesn't
it's
care.
literally the fact that 60,000 Americans are in hospital with
No.
this. He's not going to say that's really sad. My heart goes out to them, and I want to thank all the healthcare professionals and wish them well in their task. You know, no, nothing like that. No,
He
just
wants to know why he's
but
not
look,
being praised on the news.
Yeah, why am I not getting lots of praise?
Yep.
For the 60,000 people who are in hospital.
Yep. Why am I not getting praise for the fact that we're doing testing way late? So late that actually now we're behind. Why am I not getting
Yeah.
praised for that? Yeah, ignore people dying. Ignore people having their incomes disrupted. Ignore all that. Why am I not getting more praise? Asks Donald Trump.
Indeed.
All right, hitting play.
New cases, new cases.
I'm talking about death.
Well, you look at
going
death.
up.
Death is way down from where it was.
It's 1,000 a
Death.
day. It was 2,500. It went down to 500. Now it's going up
Death,
again.
excuse me, where it was is much higher than where it is right now.
It's
Went
not
down,
real
it went
people.
up again.
But
It's
now
just
it's going
numbers.
down again. It's
going
going
up.
down
Yeah.
in Arizona. It's going down in Florida.
not
going
it's
down.
in Texas.
Nope.
Take a look at this. These are the tests.
It's going down in Florida?
Yeah, it leveled out and it's going down. That's my report as of yesterday.
Anyway, Mr. President, if I could change subject.
It is going down in Arizona.
Arizona
going
it
down
is.
in
Arizona
Texas.
it is. Texas
And it
has
is
big
spiked,
problems.
And it spiked and it's now going down in Florida. It's evened out and going down in Florida.
I'll have to see those figures.
Tony, I'm
But
going to
have
knock
look
you
at
the
this.
fuck
This
out,
is the
lad.
number of tests compared to
I
the
don't
rest
deny
of
your
the world.
figures. You've done more tests by far than the rest
Right.
of them. I don't
and
deny
because
that.
we've done more tests, we have more cases.
You have
can take
more
that back.
infections.
Check it out.
Mr. President,
You can
You
take
have-
that with you. Yeah.
He says, you have more infections. Just under his breath. You have more infections.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and not just that, but even by his own fucking metric, he literally tried to federally mandate a stop to testing.
Mm-hmm.
Like completely across the board. He didn't want to put anything into it. And it's only because the media went, what? Are you fucking mental?
Yeah.
He went, all right then. He had to be fucking shamed by the right-wing media into being like, yeah, maybe we should test. Maybe that would be good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we having enough of this? I mean, I just
Yeah.
bless Jonathan
Yeah,
Swan.
that's-
You know.
Yeah, bless his expressive face.
Yes. He is a meme now because of this. He will always be a meme.
Yes.
I know
Exactly,
I took screenshots.
immortalised.
Yes. It's always going to be like him looking confused and then a picture of something with a stupid headline and him looking more confused. That's the meme.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
All right.
seriously, Tony, I'm going to knock you out for that. Just in Minecraft, but you know,
Oh, I heard he was a West Ham fan.
me.
Yeah.
Come on, you irons.
All right, so are we ready to swap over? Are you ready to do your bookmarks and take over?
Yes,
I've been running
I am.
the show for like 90 minutes.
Interesting little fact you might find funny about West Ham. Their song they sing is called "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles."
Yes, I know. I used to date a West Ham fan. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
You're just like Katy Perry.
I dated a guy from Essex. Well, Essex County. He's actually from Romford, but I always thought. Unshare. Oh yeah.
You need to unshare so I can share with you, Kristi.
Yeah, actually, I don't even know if I gave you permission to share, so let me check that first. The other thing, I always thought that was always a really not a very macho like song. I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with blowing bubbles, but it just seemed like a really random type of.
Well, not just that, but it's actually quite a bittersweet piece of poetry. It's I'm forever blowing bubbles. They fly so high, they reach the sky. But like my dreams, they fade and die. Oh.
Which isn't really great for a football team.
No, but it's Jesus. You just think, that's tragic. Oh God.
Well, I guess it's the fatalism of the British.
I don't watch the football to have like existential dread. We don't need this.
You do now.
Anyway, cute cat.
Aww.
Just straight off. That's a thing. Yeah.
Cutesy.
The UK is totes not racist, Joe. Blackburn Mosque faces police investigation after 250 people attended a funeral.
Yeah. Oh, because, 2
days later, Jack Charlton, who was a famous footballer, won the World Cup for England in 1966. He was also famously one of the Republic of Ireland's greatest managers. Anyway, thousands lined the street of Ashington, which is where they were from, in County Durham. That was fine. Not a single person was ever investigated.
Oh, but those are white people, Kevin.
White people.
White people.
Yeah. Anywho. Find an anti-feminist, find a white supremacist every time. Feminism should be ended. It has the disastrous consequence. It has turned the sexes into competitors rather than a complementary blah, 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 blah. To survive, feminism must die.
Okay, so... Yeah.
This person also believes South African writing from the front line of white genocide. If feminism wasn't, needed because men were so woke on women's rights, we wouldn't have waited until the 1990s to finally make marital rape illegal in all 50 states. 1990s. Yeah. You could still rape your wife in, I think it was North Carolina in 1992, and you could not be legally charged with a crime because she was your wife. You are entitled to do whatever you wanted to her. Your property.
Yep.
Yeah.
But feminism, women standing up for rights like that, that's the problem.
Here's Rory's victims.
Oh, look at it. She's an orange cuddle puddle.
No, they're all dead. Rory Katz's victims. Look at him. He's a fucking monster. He needs to be stopped. Anyway.
All right.
This
some fresh air
Ben Garrison's take on Herman Cain was interesting.
Why? Okay, yeah, I agree. This is so fucking racist. Why is he denying his African heritage? Imagine if he had been a great Scottish American and then someone crossed out Scottish. They would say, "Oh, that's white genocide. You're denying his European roots." But no, they're gonna erase his African heritage because what? It's gonna make him whiter? The fuck?
Also, I think they've crossed out the wrong word. They should have crossed out the word "great."
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
but then you would need an N because it would be an African American. But other than that, Ben nailed it.
Cancel culture.
I mean, technically, he died. So technically, the thing that Ben is depicting here is true.
Correct.
Which is rare for Ben Garrison. And someone did a thing here.
Yes.
That's a thing.
I
didn't realize homoerotic Smurfs with cockhouses was a thing. But someone did a Photoshop of that, and nice. I literally snorted.
I saw that one first. So I saw that one before I saw the Garrison one.
Oh, okay.
I was so fucking confused.
You thought this was the original, and then Ben Garrison fucking took away the game.
No, they were talking about Garrison, and then I was like, why the fuck would Ben Garrison do that? And then I caught up. I was like, oh, okay, that's a Photoshop.
Yeah. This was interesting. A bit of Schadenfreude, but kind of grim. New Jersey child predator who says paedophiles are a persecuted minority wins appeal, so he gets let out of jail. The decapitated corpse that was found on a judge's doorstep in Ocala, Florida, has been identified as belonging to a notorious paedophile who was recently allowed to walk free from jail.
Oh my God! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
You mess around with kids, yeah, someone might chop your fucking head off.
Wow.
It's the thing that might happen. Just a thought for you.
And they're not a persecuted minority; they're criminals.
No, that's nonsense, of course. I think I told you about this, didn't I? The settle for Biden. The settle for Biden people. I told you about, didn't I? I said, they kind of get my vibe. Not so much on this one, if I'm honest. This is weird as fuck, but also gets very funny at the end. If Joe Biden died, I wouldn't shed a tear, but I will sure as hell vote for him if it means getting rid of Trump. That's a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
Yep.
Bit much. But what I especially love is that settle for Biden. And so this was on Facebook, right? Their own thing. Underneath, they wrote Happy Mother's Day.
What?
I don't know what the fuck that's. What?
Can I mean, I don't understand. Biden is pro-trans. He's actively, openly talked about systemic racism. He is the most progressive candidate that the Democrats have ever fielded. And other than people disagreeing with him on economics, I don't really see what the necessary, that there's so much about him that's terrible.
He is white, to be fair.
He is totally white.
Yeah.
That's why there's not going to be an all-white ticket. But in terms of his policies, you fucking won. Like, he's doing more than anyone before. So take the win,
Kristi, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day if Joe Biden died. Happy Mother's Day. What?
Yeah. Just weird.
These people are a bit off, yeah.
Yeah, I'm skeptic. Not all of my friends are good people, but I still love them. Some of them are Nazis. Anyway, he also said, I've been steadily losing followers over the past few months. I'm embarrassed to admit, this again, imagine talking this way, right?
Yeah.
That there used to be a time where I cared about that, but I can't tell if it's because I said positive things about BLM, ACAB, and Antifa, or it's because I'm not banging the hot internet girl anymore.
Damn, he didn't have to throw her under the bus like that. I don't even like Shu. I don't even have to I don't even like her, but that's fucking harsh. Where are the shoe stands in the chat now? God, wow, he is a misogynist. It's like, seriously? You're just going to reduce her to banging a hot girl on the internet? I thought you said you cared about her. Jeez.
Yeah, maybe not, no. Anyway, the Fuck Every Word account had Fuck Warsaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
To which my weird Polish man said, I know Kevin Logan plans to, the entire male population of the city. Never misses an opportunity.
I was wondering where that was going.
Yeah. He wants me to fuck a Polish man, or indeed the entire population of a major European city.
Yeah, that's an upscale.
Would be
you definitely upscale
interesting.
On that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If you fight TikTok as successfully as he fought COVID, you'll find it running on your toaster in 6 weeks with no way to uninstall it.
Yeah.
You can't disagree.
No.
Can't disagree.
Well said.
Yeah, white people, white privilege here, don't commit crimes and the police won't do blah, blah, blah. This guy had his thing closed down and just broke in. Broke in, smashing up
what the
government mandated closing of the store.
But Antifa, who is responsible for 0 deaths, they're the real terrorists. Yeah. Not the white supremacist movement that actually kills people. God.
Indeed. This was amazing. Did we see this?
Yes.
Donald Trump went to
Florida.
Where the fuck was it?
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Although he called it Florida.
Florida and Twitter.
Yeah, without an L for some reason, an R instead of an L. So not that many people turned up. The White House released this image.
Oh, get
where
the fuck out!
You can already see the lines.
Oh my God! Oh, they couldn't even just get one picture.
Look at this. Look how their photoshopping is worse than mine. And I do it purposely bad because it's funny. Look at this. Look at it's the same
picture over and over.
You just copied and pasted a square grab from the thing. You
so
fucking
pathetic.
Amateurs.
That
is embarrassing.
This is
they
the
didn't
worst
even use
propaganda.
a blurring tool on the edges or anything.
Or just get a contiguous shot. No.
Yeah. Yeah, just put a fake crowd shot in
Oh my
there.
God, I can't
They're
believe.
awful.
I can't believe it. My God.
Absolutely atrocious. Anyway, yeah, rape tweet guy's about to get banned from Twitter for the. He's in the double digits now.
He's so pathetic.
He had that account shut.
He's so thirsty for
yes.
Twitter, and I don't know why.
Because he needs the money. The US Navy is investigating a video which appears to show a military dog demonstrating using Colin Kaepernick stand-in at the Navy SEAL Museum in Florida last year.
And look at all the white people in the crowd saying nothing.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just abysmal. Yeah, but that shows you white supremacy in action. Oh.
I don't know what Tony says was a joke and not actually real. What did Tony say was a joke? I don't know. I'd have to go back.
Now, that's a cute dog, right?
Yes, he is.
2 cute dogs.
Genuine joke. I don't know what picture you were talking about. So maybe it was a fake. I don't know.
You're missing I did 2 cute dogs.
Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, they are sweet. Sorry, I was looking for Tony's.
Shut up, Tony, you dickhead.
It might have been a joke picture from the rally. Ah, okay. Yeah. Maybe it was a reference to the crowd sizes thing.
This was just funny. The referee, the World Snooker Championship is on, and the guy called Kurt Mafflin is Norwegian snooker player. Middle finger to the ball, and he got warned by the referee for that. Amazing. That was just fun.
Fuck you, ball.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ian Miles Chong going out protesters harassing blah blah blah. These people need lives.
Wow.
Ian Miles Chong spends entire life on the internet hunting for videos of anti-racist protesters to portray them negatively. These people need lives.
Yeah, take your advice.
Yeah.
Take your own advice.
Fair point.
Oh, hello, kids. Aw. Meow. Yeah, I want to headbutt you. Oh, more.
Yeah, I'm not saying I do this. I'm not saying I do that to Rory cats at all.
What the fuck? Why is someone touching my foot?
What I will say is that Chopsy Cats would not let me do that.
No,
he did not like that. No.
Get off my foot.
He made it very clear that was not tolerable. Whereas Rory Cats is a dick, so he's just like, yeah, whatever. Well, he doesn't like. There's a tree with a massive cock.
I did see that. That was like one of the first things I saw on Twitter when I woke up in the morning. Like, okay, hello,
no
good morning.
Testicles.
No
testicles. So, shame. Anyway,
it's like white chicks
yeah.
all over again. Bang it on your forehead.
It is, indeed. Yeah, the fucking headbanger with his throat. Right, Philip Hammond, former Conservative Party and former Chancellor of the Exchequer under Theresa May, was going on here about the Conservative Party being taken over by unelected advisors, entryists and usurpers in September last year, around the time of the Brexit thing. Philip Hammond, a couple of days ago, honoured to join the House of Lords and delighted to be rejoining the Conservative Parliamentary Party. I look forward to making a contribution, blah, 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 you fucking hack.
Yeah, hack.
Piece of shit. Yeah, this is...
Old Faithful bursts into the sky when their eyes widen in amazement as Old Faithful bursts into the sky. When they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias.
Yosemite.
When their eyes widen in amazement.
Yeah.
Yosemite.
He doesn't know things about the country he lives in, let alone the country he supposedly runs. This is quite interesting. Sitting US Senator openly talking on Twitter about trying to overthrow the government of a sovereign foreign nation. This being Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed. And if you remember, we talked about it at the time, that in terrible coup they tried. And yeah. So fuck all of those people.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Oh yeah, Caroline Borisenko. We've talked about this fucking arsehole before.
Yep.
She says, this is from a Bernie supporter apparently. In the past, every human being deserves kindness, empathy, and compassion. Every human being deserves opportunities to succeed in life. But no human being is entitled to be a leech to suck off the hard work of others. Be an adult, show up, work hard, and stop whining on the damn internet. As she whines on the damn
yes, and calls people leeches and insults them.
Yeah.
I was actually, so I unblocked V because I needed a timeout from V, but I unblocked him.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he wants small government because there's so much corruption in government. First of all, it's all conservative white guys in the UK, at least, who are running government, and a lot in the United States. But one of the things I showed him was that Amazon and Walmart have a large percentage of their workers who need food stamps. So if you're paying your people so little that they qualify for public assistance, who's the fucking leech?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you're billionaires. Like, they literally are billionaires, both of those, families or individuals.
She's really nailing the grift. So congratulations, Rose Twitter. You have someone who was sympathetic to the things you pretend to care about that's just walked away, turning around to give you the middle finger as I go. I doubt I'm the only one. And this is the kicker. Imagine a Bernie supporter saying this. Because what does Sargon say? You get what you fucking deserve.
No, what Sargon says is, it's a woman's march, Bernie! Ah!
Yeah.
Also,
do you want to see some...
Can I just say, if she actually cared about those issues, she could care about those issues and disagree with Sanders supporters. I care about universal healthcare access. I don't agree with eliminating all private insurance companies, because literally even countries with universal access have private insurance companies. But I still want the policy, even if I disagree with the person. Exactly. Like Germany.
Yeah.
So
regardless of how fucks try to lie about it and say we didn't. You can get private healthcare here. Yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, do you want to see private property rights being culturally destructive?
Okay. I guess we're going to.
Someone did this over a 500 AD cave drawing.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
Which rather sums up American proprietarianism. But there we go.
Well, if it doesn't belong to white people, it's not really worth having regard for.
Exactly.
For.
Well, those people would have been red, and that's not white, as color experts will tell you. This is the Trump interviewing himself.
Oh, okay.
Numerous. Take a look at some of these charts. In numerous categories, we're lower than the world. Let me.
It's a little bit loud for me, but the levels look fine in the stream. So if you want to turn it down a bit.
Well, right here, take a look. I can test too much. You do know that. What it says is when you have somebody that has it, where there's a case, it will last. No, but you're not reporting it. We have cases. Now we're testing, I believe. This is the testing. Check it out. New cases. The top one, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. We test more. We have. Now take a look. Death is way down from where it was. Take a look at this. These are the tests. It leveled out and it's going down. This is, excuse me, where it was is much higher than where it is right now. But you don't know that. That's my report as of yesterday. Wait a minute. You have to go by where, look, here is the United States. You have to go by the cases, what's called science. We have more cases. Don't we get credit for that?
Pretty much.
More cases. You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is. Now it's going down again. And there are those that say the world is so very, just read the manuals, read the book. This one didn't reach my desk.
That is great. That's really good.
Yeah. And talking of Donald Trump talking shit, he's so obviously nakedly a fraud. He says here, whether you call it vote by mail or absentee voting, that's literally the same thing, Donald. In Florida, the election system is safe and secure, tried and true. Florida's voting system has been cleaned up. We defeated Democrats' attempt to change. So in Florida, I encourage all to request the ballot and vote by mail.
Yeah,
MAGA.
The Florida Republicans are freaking the fuck out because normally Republican requests exceed Democratic ones, and now they're down by like 700,000 requests to the Dems.
Yeah.
So that's why he put that out.
A lot of old people.
Oh, I see Jacob Wall's name. You promised me some Jacob Wall.
I did, and we're going to do that now. This is arguably one of the most Jacob Wall things ever. Accept cookies. I will accept your cookies, Daily Beast.
They're not as tasty as the one you had before, though.
Well, nowhere near. Nowhere near. This is amazing, this story. Oh, no. What?
Oh, yeah, you need a membership to see the Daily Beast, which is bullshit. That's why I don't read them anymore.
No, you don't. Fuck them. Right. Where are we? Right. Right. The federal agency primarily responsible for the distribution of foreign aid has been roiled in recent days by most Trumpian of dramas, one involving an anti-LGBT political appointee, laundering conservative operative Jacob Wall, accusations of stalking, prostitution, and the potential hiring of a young conservative with past racist writings. The chaos seems to have set the crest with a slapdash press conference scheduled for Thursday in Mr. Berkman's driveway again. But within a day of the press's announcement, the main protagonist was apparently recanting her accusations and insinuating that Wall had stolen her phone and signed into her Twitter account to send the offending messages that set off the fireworks that got her fired.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my.
And by the way, I want everyone to remember, this is the kind of thing, the kind of utter scum that have been allowed into the halls of power under Donald Trump. People will look back as this is a shameful moment for American diplomacy. Anyway, the setting of the entire mess was the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, an agency known largely as a bit of a backwater when it comes to the government's foreign policy apparatus, but it's got $16.8 billion foreign aid budget. On Monday, a political appointee and deputy White House liaison, Merritt Corrigan, took to Twitter to accuse her employer of anti-Christian bias.
Okay.
Didn't offer any evidence for that, by the way. Corrigan's appointment to USAID has been under fire for months over anti-gay tweets she made in 2019 and 2020.
Okay.
Including...
she has to recognize other people's civil rights. Is that what it is? Okay.
Including accusing the United States of being, quote, and this is an amazing phrase, a homo empire.
What?
End quote. And, again, another brilliant phrase, devoted to a, quote, tyrannical LGBT agenda, unquote.
Human rights.
Which, if there's any kind of LGBT agenda, that's the best of the tyrannies, if you ask me. Tweeting that, quote, female empowerment is a civilizational calamity, unquote.
Okay.
And advocating for the creation of a, quote, Christian patriarchy, end quote.
Saying the quiet part out loud. She's not hiding shit. She's like, I want men.
No, she's,
I want basically Rome, but here in the States, just chuck out the Constitution.
Yes, basically. Yeah. She's quite something. And she's the victim of the story.
Oh, okay.
Bizarrely. well, sort of, one of.
I mean, honestly, if she's the victim, there's not a lot of sympathy. I mean, she might have been wronged, but
no, absolutely not. No, fuck her. You you play with feathers, you get your ass tickled. It happens. But on Monday, her target was both USAID itself and the House Foreign Relations Affairs Committee Chairman Elliot Engel, Democratic New York, whom she accused of soliciting prostitutes.
Okay. That's defamation. Definitely.
Yes. And of course, offered literally no evidence for that. As Corrigan's initial tweets went up, she claimed USAID gave her to 3 p.m. deadline to resign or be fired. Unsurprising.
Yeah.
When the deadline passed, Corrigan said she was fired. On its own, the episode was bizarre, but then it gets much weirder. Which, again, it's a Jacob Wall story. You know it's going to get weirder. There's never an end to the weirdness with Jacob Wall. Corrigan, who was apparently dating Wall, announced that she'd been appearing Thursday in front of Wall associate Jack Berkman's North Virginia house. That's one of the drive-by ones we've done before.
Hashtag lime green dildo.
Well, it doesn't mention that specifically, but the actual thing. A site that was previously hosted farcical attempts to smear Senators Elizabeth Warren, lime green dildo, Democratic Massachusetts, and Kamala Harris, Democratic California, with lurid sexual allegations. There she was further denounced. She would further denounce USAID, accuse a political reporter who covered her resignation of stalking her, and demand that Engel debate her and Berkman.
Debate me, bro.
Which is, he's taking the debate me, bro, to a new level. It's not like this man's literally the chairman of a prominent House committee and an actual sitting congressman. No, he's got nothing better to do than to debate these two twats on an unspecified topic at this point. Anyway. In a press release announcing the press conference, Berkman and Wall claimed that Wall, who is currently facing 2 felony charges related to security sales in California, had, quote, been working behind the scenes with Corrigan for months, unquote. Engel's office did not return a request for comment, and perhaps for good reason. The accusations have no proof or merit.
Yeah.
I know I know what you're thinking, Kristi. I was shocked too. Because Jacob
Imagine.
Wall, such a good journalist, he usually makes sure the story is watertight before he goes to press.
Yes. And he does his research so well that he, while he's making it up and writing it up for people to read out loud.
He's like Woodward and Bernstein as one. Absolute legend in journalism, honest. And as the story unfolded, it became increasingly difficult to get a read on where the truth actually began and the innuendo and smears ended.
It was all
on Tuesday
afternoon.
afternoon. Well, exactly, yeah. With Jacob Wall, it's sort of difficult to parse exactly what the fuck is supposed to be going on. On Thursday afternoon, Corrigan deleted her tweets attacking USAID and stopped responding to messages from the Daily Beast. Wall claimed in an interview Tuesday that a coterie of Trump world personalities had convinced Corrigan to backtrack on her claims, and Berkman claimed that Corrigan had buyer's remorse after sending her tweets. Somebody does something and then they regret it, Berkman said. But later in the day, go on.
Yeah, she's going to do something that gets her fired, and then she regrets it. Imagine that.
Yeah, I know, shocking. Shocking. That incredibly well-paying, fantastically benefited government job, that she wouldn't want to lose that job. It's surprising to me. But later in the day, a conduit sent a statement from Corrigan herself that was darker in implication. Corrigan now claims she'd become the pawn of individuals who had attempted to ruin her. Quote, "I would like to apologise," it read, "especially to the people who have been affected or hurt by the messages sent from my Twitter account and the claims made in my name over the past 24 hours. I did not send these messages, and I will, while I vehemently protested about them being sent in my name, my devices were not in my control."
What?
I see now, yeah. It would appear that she's accusing Jacob Wall of stealing her phone
and keeping it and letting her be fired over tweets with past the deadline. But then she was going to take part in the press conference.
Apparently, yeah. I don't know. I see now that I was part of an abusive scheme and I was used to attack people that have nothing to do with me. I will not be participating in any press conferences as claimed in my name and will have nothing to do with individuals who forced me to hand over my devices so they could control me and the output in my name. Due to naivete and inexperience, I became involved with people who abused my trust, conned me, and claimed that they were working in my interests. I became powerless in a situation, and I deeply regret not reaching out to people who knew better or could help me.
Isn't this the second woman who's accused Jacob Wall of manipulating and being abusive? And yes, basically.
Which is odd for a Trump fan. You think, because they usually treat women with such dignity and respect.
It goes on, right?
Yeah. Corrigan is far from the first Wall associate to bail on one of his press conferences, but she does appear to be the first to have formally held such a high post at a government agency. And her drama illustrates the degree to which the once staid USAID has become a stomping ground for a twisted, absurdist circus, including Trumpian figures who despise one another and are notorious for trying to conduct botched operations against their political foes. Prior to the apparent change of course, Corrigan had also made one other noteworthy assertion, that USAID was set to hire another controversial political appointment, conservative personality Kyle Kashuv, whose admission to Harvard was revoked last year over racist remarks he made in high school. Kashuv, a survivor of the 2018 Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida, rose to fame on the right in the aftermath of the shooting as a conservative counterweight to pro-gun control Parkland students. Kashuv's appointment to the gun control measure opposition to the gun control measures pushed by his classmates earned him a visit to the White House and a position at conservative campus grouping Turning Point USA.
Of course it did.
So that gives you a fair idea of what grift train he's on. Along the way, Kashuv antagonized Wall and some of his right-wing associates for actions like criticizing anti-Muslim activist Laura Loomer for wearing a Nazi-era Jewish star to protect her protest her Twitter ban. So he's vaguely sensible once, apparently. But Kashev's star on the right imploded in May 2019 when he was exposed by a fellow classmate for writing racist messages and Google Doc notes. In one text message, Kashev complained that his classmate dated, quote, N-word jocks.
Okay, yeah,
that's
so
one word.
Totally a racist. Completely.
End quote, yes. In the aftermath of the reporting Kashev's remarks, Harvard revoked Kashev's admission to its undergraduate class. Corrigan claims Kashev had been offered a political appointment to be a special assistant to USA Deputy Administrator Bonnie Glick, even though he doesn't even have a college
degree. Like he's going to get a government job.
He doesn't have anything. Yeah. After initially being considered for a congressional liaison position.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that job offer she again draining the swamp though. You know,
Yeah.
that offer she adds was one point of disagreement with her fellow USAID officials that ultimately led to her speaking out against the agency. Quote: "I don't believe that he's a real conservative. Why does that matter?" I'd just like to ask them why.
Yeah.
What you have to be a real conservative to have a government job?
Mm-hmm.
That seems a little bit cancel culture-y to me. Anyway. And his prior media was going to bring a lot of negativity to USAID. That's a fair point, unquote. Anyway, Corrigan told the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast wasn't able to confirm that Kashuv had been offered a position at USAID, but did obtain a document dated July the 31st, purporting to be an offer letter from USAID offering Kashuv a position with roughly $50,000 annual salary.
Without a college degree.
No, yeah, exactly. And no experience or knowledge or skills.
Yeah.
No, nothing. As an assistant to Glick, pending a security clearance. The purported offer letter to Kashuv listed the phone number of a USAID employee. When a reporter for the Daily Beast called the number, the woman who answered identified herself as USAID employee, but refused to answer questions about the letter. "I'm sorry, I can't answer your call," the woman said before hanging up. USAID declined to comment on whether the agency had offered Kashuv a position, but a spokesperson said USAID would investigate any complaints of anti-Christian bias.
There weren't any, I'm sure.
Yeah, no. Kashuv didn't respond to multiple requests from Glick for comment. Glick, who called Kashuv a rock star in a May tweet, also didn't respond for comment.
I am almost, because, there's so many Jacob Wall stories, but I'm absolutely positive here on the Happy Hour, we read out another one by another woman who said that she was being manipulated and that he had taken her phone and done something. I'm sure I've heard this story before. Jacob Wall is not only a criminal, not only is he a fraud, he's a predator.
Yeah.
He goes out, he finds women, he targets them for the positions that they're in, and then he abuses their trust in order to make political hay for himself. The guy is a danger to society. Seriously.
He's a very dangerous individual, yes. He should be locked away for the good of everyone, including himself, because one day someone's going to possibly react. Anyway.
Well, he's got that felony.
Indeed,
security fraud charges. So.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. Breaking, Rashida Tlaib has won her Michigan 13 Democratic House primary, and I just put another swing and miss from Tim Pool.
Did he give her money to her opponent too, like he did with
No,
AOC?
he didn't. But he didn't. But he was saying she's definitely going to lose this one. Honest she is. He does this with everyone. Yeah. Every single fucking person. AOC was going to lose. Yeah. This person's going to lose. The other person's going to lose.
Don't trust his political analysis. It's just what he wants to happen. It's not based on anything in reality.
It's he's trying to do wish fulfillment. He's trying to do positive thinking.
Yeah, like Trump.
Yeah. Accidentally left wing, r/conservative. Antifa is a direct outcome of university education.
Anti-fascism? Yeah. Anti-fascism does come when you're taught about how evil fascism is.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the point of this? We're not supposed to get university education? We should stop university education in order to stop people from...
Yeah, that's not exactly the burn you think it is, conservatives.
They know how to think and organize.
Look at the saggy tits on this cat.
I saw you. Wow, that's a sex shot. I think you need
Look at that. Look at this. That tit is almost entirely detached from the rest of that cat. I mean, I'm not in great shape. This is fucking embarrassing, you pig. Anyway, it's a cat. I'm allowed to say that. This, again, Tim Pool's amazing. Journalistic standards have slipped. Blah, 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 journalism shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
He then writes, those dang peaceful protesters are at it again in a report from this thing.
Yeah.
Bro, Timcast, I was reading that what happened. Did you delete it? Yeah, I added a bit of context, but I realised the way I tweeted it was giving the wrong impression. I tried adding more screenshots, but decided just nuking it made more sense. Did not want to spread fake news. I'm pulling better sources to repost.
Okay.
What do you think his better source was?
Probably Andy No.
Yeah. And as Rational Disconnect points out, all of those tweets are on the same day.
But journalistic standards, man.
But everyone else's journalistic standards are terrible. But I'm just going to cite Andy No as my better source. What was his worst source?
Yeah.
Who's shitter than Andy No?
Also, imagine being so far up fascist ass that you're offended by someone saying "fuck fascist" on a public social media site.
Yeah. Amazing, yeah. So this was a thing, right? Bernie Sanders put out this list of things like Donald Trump is a pathological liar, doesn't believe in science, blah, blah, blah. He's a racist, xenophobe. Cool, good
All
stuff.
facts. Yeah, just facts.
And then I want to know this person. Can't believe I gave money to this dude. Sad.
What?
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 I don't think this isn't a change of opinion from Bernie Sanders.
He's always said those things.
Yeah. Like, do you expect him to come out and be like, I tell you what, that Donald Trump's all right, I know. I like Donald Trump. Yeah.
Who are you?
What, when you gave him money, what did you think his opinion of Donald Trump was?
Also, who are
Because the last time I heard, he was saying he was like a threat to the Republic, which is fucking true. Like, anyway.
Yeah. Also, 1,700 people liked that dumbass tweet. Who are these people?
Well, idiots. Idiots is the point. Yes. Anyway, but I just some of these fucking people. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I can only assume they're lying or they're stupid or both. I suppose. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Weird how Twitter security updates never include banning Nazi accounts.
No, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Lying fascists who are a danger to our society.
Get on that one, Jack. Anyway, this story just brightened my day up. I realised my dream. Italy's oldest graduate, top of the class at 96.
Nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean...
First-class honours in philosophy from the University of Palermo.
Well, he took it seriously. He did all his homework. He did all the papers. He really enjoyed it. Yeah. So, but
good for him.
I remember I was dating myself here in terms of I think we still live in junior high. Ann Landers had a column. She's like a advice columnist, and someone said, "Oh, I'm thinking about going back to school to learn to be a nurse, but I'm 45 and I'm thinking about how old I'm going to be when I graduate." And they said, "Well, how old are you going to be in 4 years if you don't go to nursing school?" It's the same, if you pursue your dream in your 40s, you're going to be the same age if you don't do it too. So age isn't a reason to stop you. Yeah.
Exactly. So congratulations, Giuseppe Paterno.
Also, academics
absolute legend.
love non-traditional students because they fucking care about the subject and they engage with the content and they come prepared.
Exactly, yeah. Because you're really there because you want to learn rather than
you don't know what else to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the natural thing for some. Every middle-class kid goes to university is just like, well, what else was I going to do?
Get a full-time job. Yeah. What kind of job am I going to get without a college degree? So that's why I'm here.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas 96-year-old goes there because they really want to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
They could be just sat at home doing fuck all if they wanted.
Oh, it's Nigel Warburton. The way he's got a funny accent. He's got this sort of like...
Is it?
Yeah. He does philosophy. It's fine. He does philosophy bites. It's a podcast, which I like, but he's just got this really silly accent.
Where's he from? Does it say? It does not say. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this was just funny. From a women's magazine, friends feared she'd started drinking custard again.
What?
She was 2 stone. She'd put on 2 stone, drinking custard.
Okay.
What? I was just like, what?
Also, who the fuck cares?
It's not great. It's not great, but I mean, like, usually it's like, I thought he was on the smack again. No, drinking custard.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
maybe if you're
there are worse things.
Build women up.
Yeah. No, because the whole point is they need women to feel shit, so they keep buying the magazines.
Yes, right. Got it.
Do you want to see a really cute thing?
Yeah, please.
There you go.
That is adorable. It's using a dinosaur.
That is adorable.
Sweet.
I don't know which one's more scared of the other.
No, I don't know.
I can't work out. This was, again, they're so obviously trying to rig this election. Mm-hmm. Weird. The Republican Party of Iowa, this is from the Godless Iowan, go and check them out, they're awesome. The Republican Party of Iowa tried to block the state from sending absentee ballot request forms to all voters in the state because it was going to lead to fraud. But what ended up in my mailbox today, complete the attached absentee ballot from the Republican Party of Iowa.
Yeah, they don't want the state sending it out to everyone. They just want to send it out to their people and then hope Democrats don't show up. Oh my God, they're so fucking evil. Yeah. Republicans are so fucking evil.
You know how the left don't want to talk to anyone and all that sort of stuff? Mm. Well, it turns out Caroline Poroshenko probably doesn't either.
Did she block you? No, she didn't because you got your tweets.
This is the Skeptical Terrier, the Pope of atheism, which is nice. But yeah, just, I mean, look, I personally think you can fuck whoever the fuck you like, but don't be like, oh, the left don't want to engage in dialogue, and then block everyone. Fuck you. Okay. This was, I mean, imagine this. The left falsely blames Trump for economy tanking.
Nah, it's not false.
He's he's the president, right?
Yeah. Unemployment's
well,
at like 13% now.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the graph.
Yes.
You've got the graph on the screen from the Federal Bureau of Economic Analysis.
Because if that had happened under Obama, you would have given him a pass.
Yeah, you'd have been like, no, COVID. It's all COVID.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fine. And he's handled COVID really well, yeah. So that's fine. Yeah.
Too many tests.
And then just to finish things off, a cat cleaning itself.
Nice. Hello,
I think that's a tune we can all dance to.
Yes. All right. So is that you done then?
Look at the little toe beans. Look at the toe beans. Yeah, that's me done. I'm done.
All right.
Stop sharing.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. So now I've got to do the thing where I've got to pull up my screen and I got to switch it over. So first, let me screen share back with you. 8
viewers. Outrageous. Sorry. Go on.
Oh, on Twitch. Congratulations.
Yes,
hey,
I've got 8. No, don't know. I'm being, that's rubbish, obviously.
Well, you only started like a month ago
That's
or a couple of weeks ago.
That's true.
So, and you're not a right-wing twat who has a preset audience of
and you're stealing my viewers now.
Yeah, come and watch my show. Yeah. Okay, we already did the Axios thing. I don't know how much I actually want to. I mean, I should go pretty quick here. Oh yeah, who says that? Read the manuals. Read the books. What manuals? Read the books. What books? Sorry, just brilliant. Oh yeah, here we go. Mark McKinnon, political advisor to Trump, saying on Tuesday he had total confidence in Florida's ability to administer the vote-by-mail system. Well, look at this. How do you prefer to vote in Florida? I guess this is. And Democrats by mail 65%, in person 32%. The GOP 29%, in person 68%. I don't know if that's...
Well, he was already doing badly in Florida, but that can't help
Actually,
him.
That might be nationally because it says registered voters. It doesn't say so. But yes, right now, Dems are planning to vote by mail and vote early, and they're just going to bank those votes. Because, of course, once you voted, you can't change your mind. Or if anything happens to you, it doesn't matter. You already voted. So they're just banking those votes. Oh, yes. This is really cute. Sorry. Never teach a cat, never use Pavlovian techniques to teach a cat to call you when they want to eat.
Is it time for dinner?
Oh.
When is dinner time? It's not now. You have to wait, bud.
Take away the fucking piano. What did you think he's going to do?
So, sorry. So that was really super sweet. Thank you, Thinking Cat. Yeah, never teach Rory Cats that trick.
No, I wouldn't give him a piano.
Oh yeah. Okay, Carl's just, when he's out on, and thank you to people who are stalking him on Parler so I don't have to. Yeah. Carl's pulling out things from the 1950s. I'm sorry, the 1960s now. Are your tax cut more important than queer youth? And of course, to Carl, human beings are worth less than money. So, because, he doesn't value human life or human potential. Tim Pool admits he's got to vote for Trump in 2020 because Democrats are total cancer. That's a surprise.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked. It's not as if literally his entire show is him defending Donald Trump.
Yes.
At all.
Yes. But, Carl's political analysis, not the best.
Yeah.
This is a mashup of Fox News. It's like Eric Trump saying it's, trying to... Yosemites. Yeah. How many gaffes can you make every single day? Good question, Eric. Daddy, love me. Daddy, watch me. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you saw this, but so you might remember that one of the members of the Senate, what's her name? Yeah, the Republican...
Kelly Loeffler.
Correct.
The one that was selling stocks.
Yes, but
people were dying.
She's also part owner of the team, the local team in Atlanta, the Atlanta Dream. And so both the Atlanta Dream and the Phoenix Mercury players showed up wearing T-shirts saying "Vote for her opponent" to their game.
Ooh. Oh, she's paying for that.
Yeah, and Black Lives Matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they had solidarity as athletes. More, they
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought this was kind of funny. It's very Wisconsin.
Although I have to say, one of the slightly weird aspects to like the NBA's just come back, and they're allowing they've still got like their actual surnames, but at the bottom of the jersey, and they're allowing them to have like a message where the name would usually go on the back of their jerseys.
Yep.
And people have got like Black Lives Matter or equality. There are various things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking for, especially when it's like some bench players who you're not necessarily entirely sure who they are, and you look for their name, and you're like, "What's that? Black Lives Matter? That's not his fucking name." Jesus, I've been done about 20 fucking times so far, and I'm thinking to myself, "That's a really long surname. What the fuck? Oh, it's Black Lives Matter again. Fucking hell." Which, I mean, to be fair, not the worst aspect of it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So here's an.
I'm the real victim here.
You want to read out this sign?
Fish fries Friday, 2 p.m. Come try the worst food you'll ever eat in your life, according to some chick on Facebook. Yeah, lean into it.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, this is something else. Oh my gosh. So we haven't even talked about what happened in Lebanon, which people have
Beirut,
have probably seen. This is a lot.
It essentially blew up half of the dock it was on. Did you see the aftermath photo?
Yes. I also saw
the dock's just half gone.
Yeah. Well, I saw someone had done the maths on how much, whatever it was, nitrous, whatever they had stored in that place that blew up, and it had the force equivalent of half of the atomic, one of that bombs that the United States dropped on Hiroshima.
Yeah. I mean, you can see literally the blast wave coming towards the people filming.
Yes.
It looks like a nuclear explosion. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, in this is I don't know if you've seen this one, but in this video, you can actually see the shock waves going through the clouds.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Just to give you a sense of the scope of the scale of this. So I'll go back to the beginning. I've turned it down because there's a big boom at the end, but hopefully it'll just be a small boom because obviously they're so far away. It takes a while for the sound to get there. So yeah, first you see the explosion and they kind of focus on that. This is not where it's hit the clouds yet. Then you start to see the clouds start almost like a wave. Like they start to just roll like an ocean in a few seconds here when they pull back again. And then you can just see how it also goes all the way up. Right about here, it starts.
Wow. Fucking hell.
Yep. So, yeah.
Look how far away they are and that's happening. Jesus.
Yes. And the sound, of course, has to travel, but that's how, just,
wow.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah, and condolences to all of those lost and all the rest of it. I mean, it's just fucking hideous.
Yeah. And
it appears, thankfully, there wasn't like a terrorist thing. It was like a
human idiocy.
Yeah.
Incompetence.
Which, I mean, doesn't bring any lives back, but at least it's not like a win for terrorists, which is something.
Yeah. Just a terrible loss for Beirut.
Indeed.
Oh, yes. So moving on. Oh, this is the guy running against Lindsey Graham when I told you that Swan's going to become a meme. So there he is looking like confused at a piece of paper. Lindsey Graham, who is voted by mail, claims the practice is prone to fraud, and then another reaction shot of.
Well, they all do. Trump votes by fucking mail. All of them do. They're just hypocritical garbage.
Absolutely. Okay, bird video, because we don't have a lot of those. What is that thing?
Sounds got a shiny head.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't know if you saw this or not. Steven Crowder.
Yeah, like read the room, man. Yeah.
Oh yes, this Count Dankula. It's because it paints false picture of what centrism actually is. Centrism isn't sitting at the middle point. It's acknowledging that left and right have good ideas and that you agree with and adopt, making you neither left nor right but centrist. Fuck off, you're a centrist, you fucking Nazi.
Yeah, you're fucking, as it says there, you stood for UKIP.
Mm-hmm.
You cease to be able to call yourself centrist at that point.
You're convicted of hate speech, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember that? Well, hey, one of the white women screaming at landscapers. I don't know if we covered this in time, but she just came out and screamed at black men doing their jobs.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
Yeah, it was on Twitter. I don't know if we had a chance to cover it in the show, but
there's so much Karening, it all blends into one.
Yeah, well,
All you white women are the same.
This Karen got arrested. She had a few choice words for the officers.
Fuck you! Fuck you, you motherfucker! Fuck you!
Yeah, complain, whine.
I mean, I'm not. Mix it up a bit. Like you've got fuck you and motherfucker.
No.
Yeah. Take it to a different place.
She's only got
Give me
one.
something you haven't given me. You know.
So, yeah, she's really showing.
Yeah, the range of swearing is poor.
Yep. All right, this is silly.
Also, unlike someone else, she didn't even say, "Look, I'm Jewish. You're doing this because I'm Jewish."
The live stream where that Karen got arrested, that was fucking hilarious. All right, this is funny. This is just, I have a lot of silly stuff and not a lot of politics, by the way.
Oh, look at the little tail.
Yeah.
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony. Fuck you, Tony. What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That is basically what dogs do, yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. Oh yeah, he doubled down on wishing how do you say her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah. He wished her well again.
Yeah, and the QAnon people are just like, oh, that's fine. The guy who we said was going to out paedophiles is just totally like on board with this paedophile.
Yep. I guess it doesn't matter if Trump says it's okay. Then it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Cat doing his own little orchestra conducting.
That cat is broken.
And then it sort of notices that it's being recorded and is like, oh, wait, I think I'm going to stop now. But it keeps going for a while, and then it's like, oh, you're watching? Never mind.
Yeah, self-conscious. It's like when you get caught singing in the car.
Yeah.
Someone looks at you like, oh, shit. Yeah, I was really going for it there. I was singing to 40,000 people in my fucking head.
I was in San Francisco with the person I was dating at the time, and we were waiting at this, he's saying Wisconsin, stop and go light. And someone pulled up in their car, and they were dancing. Like, they had a convertible, because it was San Francisco, it was California, you can have that. And they were dancing, and they pull up to the stop and go lights, and we're watching them dance. And they look it up, and they see us watching them dance, and they stop for a second. And then they just keep dancing again.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It was awesome. Absolutely the right reaction. Oh, this is really cute. All right, pause. Pause the pause. Here, okay, we got sound now. All right, here we go.
Hello, BG. Hello, BG. Hello, BG. BG. Ping. What's this? BG. Hello, boy. Hello, boy. Hello, boy.
Dogs fucking love all that.
Yeah, boy.
They do.
Whoa. I haven't even gone 3 hours, mate. Oh, come on. Hey.
So, yeah, just adorable. Hey, DHS has been monitoring protesters, disseminating intelligence reports about journalists and exploiting electronic devices, which is illegal.
Indeed, so yeah.
And the House...
Indeed. Not just that, but going after left-wing political activists as well. There's a couple of people from the... I forget what podcast is it? I can't remember, but yeah, they were sending out press releases about them being linked to terrorists, and they weren't. The lie.
So yeah, the House Intelligence Committee tweets out, none of this is acceptable, and it may very well be lawful. All of it must be investigated and exposed, and we will. Adam Schiff is on the case from the impeachment, if you remember, which I think he handled.
Shifty Schiff.
Yes. Oh yeah, I don't know. Dennis Prager will have to maybe look at this for another day where he does massive misandry. Someone sent me a bunch of screen caps from PragerU videos without context, but we're gonna skip that because it's too depressing. We've already done that. All right, so dogs think humans want to sing with them. So hold on.
They do.
He wasn't sure about that second to last note.
Yeah.
He was like, what was that one? I don't know. I can't do that one, but I know that one. Anyway, that was just cute.
Oh, bless him.
Oh yeah, this was just some of my favorite bits. Lower than the world. Oh, you're doing death as a proportion of cases.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, yeah.
Why can't I do that? Just basic questions. Just basic. So basic.
Oh, Pava-Rottweiler. Oh, yes.
Pavarotti. Pava-Rottweiler. Oh, our chat's the best.
Nice. I don't know the names of the other ones.
Yeah, the pastor who urged people not to cower in fear test positive for COVID. He's in DC.
Yep. Fuck that dude.
So also, I've told you before that Germans will often just take words from English. Like, for instance, you can pimp your burger here. Like
you can pimp your burger.
Yeah, they had a whole thing at McDonald's to pimp your burger. Because they took it from...
they have taken... Yeah, exactly. They've taken a very, very modern and slightly niche version of that word.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, it went from like pimp my ride, but they don't understand the origins. Another one you've seen, gegoogled. Ich hab das gegoogelt. Or...
Gegoogled?
Yeah, because the past tense, where we would say Googled, and we put versus Google, they'll say like "g" as the past tense to indicate. So it's at the front of the word.
Google. Okay.
So, lesen is to read, but gelesen, the N stays, but the G goes to say I have read. Another one is downloaded. Ich hab gedownloaded. That, well, and I know people don't like the word triggered, but apparently now someone, this is not the one. I thought it was someone had put getriggered in a video, in a thing. But anyway, I got the wrong one. Sorry. So I saw
genannt.
Oh, here it is, getriggered. Nazis Nazis get themselves so getriggered when they are called Nazis, and they start to cry. Is basically what that says. So yeah, the Nazis are always
because it's a T rather than ED. It just looks like a German word. Getriggered.
Yes, but that's So I thought that was kind of funny.
Cool.
Oh yeah, kitty drift. Here we go.
Well, the other cat's like, the fuck, dickhead.
That's awesome. And you missed this one, or maybe you saw it and you just didn't catch.
I retweeted it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Knows website published an op-ed written by a fake author, and then they quietly deleted it.
The journalistic standards of Tim Pool are so high.
Where's James Lindsay now?
Photographing socks.
Yeah, with Michael Tracy, or whatever his name is.
Oh, it's a different person. Sorry. Well, all these white people are the same.
Oh no, James Lindsay was the one who wrote the fake article in order to catch out.
Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty funny. All right, you can see. I'll bring it up so you can see more of the captions here. All right. I don't know German well enough to teach it, Harvest, but thanks. Okay, so he's giving a speech and somebody heckles him in the back. All right.
Thank you for trusting in my father, who so many of you supported in 2016.
Don't worry, your dad loves you, Junior.
Your dad loves you, Junior.
Not so sure about that.
I wonder why he wants to get rid of TikTok.
Yeah. Something from Mike. Oh, right.
Yeah. Look how shit that. What the fuck does that say?
I bork the blue.
Blob? The blob?
It's literally, it's illegible. Absolutely illegible.
Absolute dog shit.
It does look like Bork, like the Swedish chef.
It does.
Bork, Bork,
yeah.
Bork.
Bork the blob. Yeah. Look at the fucking jaw.
That's a jaw.
Oh my god.
That's a jaw. Michigan State Senator Tom Barrett, impassioned critic of the governor's pandemic orders.
How would he go down on a woman?
She'd have to, like, I guess, be really flexible, have stretched
She'd have
out her legs.
She'd have to dislocate her fucking hips.
So he was criticizing the governor's pandemic orders. He's got COVID. Now positive for COVID.
Well,
from
a jaw like that can't die.
Rational Disconnect, both Andy No and Emails Chong got duped into publishing some fake stuff. Again, James Lindsay, where are you? Where are you, James?
Quality journalisms.
Yep. Oh yeah, this. This, I don't know, and it was another white guy who was doing stuff, I think. More racist white people. Oh, yeah. This guy is at a...
yeah, he slaps the dude, yeah.
Yeah, that's assault. That is absolutely assault. Where's Andy No's video of this, by the way?
No, it's fine when white people do it.
Yep.
Well, racist white people, anyway.
Got his ass identified, charged, and fired. Hashtag cancel culture. It's good. Yeah. Where's Andy? Yeah, we should post that to Andy No's Twitter.
No, but Blue Jay, we know it means literally, we know it's back the blue. That's what it's supposed to say, but it's so poorly done. It looks like Bork the blob.
Yes. There you go. You want to read it?
He won't tear gas your mum. Fair enough. I mean that's...
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a unique selling point.
No, but
that shouldn't be necessary to say. But there we go.
Yeah, bird on a deer. Oh, Trump's approval rating is declining, as we know. Oh, yes. Now, I did send you these.
You did. I might put one or two of them in there, and I'm gonna add one as well.
Okay.
Of my own.
Because you've inspired people
based
now.
on
Look at your hair.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. I've always wanted that kind of Dave Hill from Slade look. That's a reference Kristi probably won't get, but never mind.
No, I know Slade. It's a band, right?
Yeah, but you don't know Dave Hill, do you?
No, I don't know Dave Hill. I know Slade.
Well, Google Dave Hill.
Right
from
now?
Slade.
Right
yes, now? Immediately.
I hate typing on air. What's his name again?
Dave Hill.
Why am I cap locked? I don't know. I'll turn that off. Images. Oh.
Yeah.
But
in the 19... Yeah, there we
go.
That's in his pomp in the 70s.
That's some bangs.
He literally had that. He was a rock star.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
They were from Dudley.
Oh, were
down
they?
the road from here.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. I look really fucking spaced.
I think you look ripped in that one. I think that one's excellent.
But that's not really my body, is it? The only bit of that is the ugly bit.
Well, it's just like
me.
It's our version of but Baron Garrison and all that stuff. So they did some more. Thank you, Thinking Cat. Lots of swords and sorcery. Look at my tits. Yeah. That's actually pretty close to what they really look like.
That's rocking, yeah.
I'm not that skinny though. Ninja Force.
What the? Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Also, is that in Polish or some shit?
It might be. I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah. It's just weird. And again, all that and then ninja is in English.
Oh, look at this. We're going after taking out Carl.
You are into shit cinema.
It's great too.
What the? So strange.
I love it. I love the way that you've inspired people to do that.
I can't help but feel it was a waste of time when I did it. The fact that other people are now wasting their time, I can't help but feel I've done a disservice to humanity.
A dog can't figure out if he's comfortable or trapped. It's a dog in a pillowcase.
It's both.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah. Oh, bless him.
Don't believe your lying eyes. Rome isn't burning. That's fake news. Now all together, Camp Tong races. Sing the song. Doo-da.
Do I have to go through this again?
No, we know. Yeah, we know.
Nero didn't fiddle while Rome burned.
Oh, cat in a mirror.
Cats are stupid.
What's this? Oklahoma City Thunder players kneel during the anthem despite the threat from state GOP lawmakers. Good for them. It's your First Amendment rights. Fucking kneel.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, they complain when you protest. They complain if you break any property. And they complain if you're quiet and just sitting on the sidelines using your free expression rights.
Yeah, it's almost like they want you to just shut up and take whatever they want anyway.
Absolutely. Fox News coming out against masks. Sean Hannity's trying to look like Trump.
Oh, what?
I mean,
he looks like he's got some sort of disease. He looks genuinely like he's mid-transition to Oompa Loompa.
I like that. What's this? Oh, yeah. Nevada is about to send out requests for voter ballots. So that's great.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. This white supremacist exposed himself and assaulted a woman. Great. And I think people are trying to identify him.
Yeah, get the name and shame. Cancel culture is a good thing.
Yep. Apparently, a church was asked to host some sort of event, and it turned out to be a Blue Lives Matter rally with white supremacists, and they just shut the whole thing down. They just went, nope, get the fuck off our property. So, good. Yeah, exactly. Cats. Cats being silly again. That's great. Okay, so when you talk about the economic recovery, this is people. Now, I think when they say eating in restaurants, this might also take into account deliveries. Because
what's Y/Y growth?
I don't know. Y/Y growth.
Year on year?
Yes, year on year growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we saw a massive drop off, as did everybody in the same time frame. But the German industries are coming back because we've got the virus
Well, it
under.
would be worth mentioning the UK's fantastic slogan for trying to get people back into restaurants, which is "Eat out to help out."
And you sent me a headline from the BBC.
The headline from the BBC was, "The eat out to help out will definitely affect the weekend."
Yes, it will. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Exactly. You're tired during the week. You don't always want to get out.
No.
But the weekend, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
There you go. Dogs just love the simple things in life. It's just a little puddle of water. That's enough to make you run around the yard.
It's going fucking mental.
Completely mental. Completely mental. And he's like, oh, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it. Look at me going.
Well, a dog and its love for a tennis ball will never get old. God, they fucking love tennis balls. Look at him go. That's some fucking energy. Where do they get the energy from, dogs? Good Lord.
Well, it evens out once. Oh, here's the Oh yeah, this guy ended up like getting choked out because of his behavior.
Well, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, he was being aggressive. He slapped a woman. People were like, need to take that guy down.
Oh yeah, well yeah, fuck that dude. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also got this one about Carl. Oh, GM is going to halt Facebook ads. They're also joining the Sleeping Giants Stop Hate for Profit. So hats off to Sleeping Giants for doing great work.
Yeah, that's a genuinely big company. Yeah.
Yep. This is below the nose community stunned as study shows nose connected to lungs.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well not bother.
Yep. Oh, right. So I don't know if this is okay. These guys are doing WWE. They're not actually fighting. You can tell me if you think they're any good.
Let him go, come on.
On grass. Not on
Yeah,
the...
that's not exactly. That's not a spring-loaded,
Nope.
padded floor. That is
Nope, not at all.
hard earth. Yeah. Oh, what
Yeah.
the fuck? How were necks not broken?
I know, right? Oops, sorry.
No way. Oh no, they're not. Oh. Fuck. What? How are they not dead?
I know, right?
The fuck?
So that's from No Life Shack. That's my hip hop channel that I follow. But that was just, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah,
Could not believe it.
That's intense, man.
Yeah, this is a really good point. How come vandalism on federal buildings need a coordinated federal response, but a pandemic doesn't?
Because fascists don't really care.
They don't care if you die.
It's all about control.
Yeah. Violence dramatically reduced, conflict dramatically reduced, and all they had to do was take out the fucking federal
Yeah,
paramilitary.
mad that, isn't it?
Yeah. That's not to say it went off without a hitch. I think some people still got arrested and shit, but more in line with what's, not tear gassing that you need lawn blowers, leaf blowers for.
Chicken pox.
Yeah. And yeah, Tim Wise, this is the actual cancel culture, not being shamed for racist or transphobic comments, but facing eviction because of economic cruelty. But no Harper's letter for these folks. How the pandemic and a broken employment system are
the rich bastards who signed that letter aren't affected by it, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
J.K. Rowling's not going to lose her several houses, so it's fine.
Okay, let's see. Oh, and then, they're just dragging Susan Collins with the same kind of like Seinfeld laugh track. And we'll end on this. Owls are actually flying cats.
Yeah. There's a lazy owl.
It is. Just sitting there, enjoying life, living large.
Just spread out.
Going now?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Things are happening.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, and he's looking back like, dickhead. Slow the fuck down.
Yeah, turn left, turn right. All right, so I think on that. Happy.
On that owl bombshell.
Thank you for spending the evening with me, Kevin.
Thank you for spending the evening with me, Kristi.
Yeah, it was fun. And
I don't know why I said it like that. That was quite rude.
And we had a really good time doing White Chicks. We decided. I don't know if we're gonna try to find a film to do and organize it. Maybe if we find something in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, we might be back on.
Well, do you want to do that weird fucking? Someone said a Sean Connery flick.
Oh.
Well, that's several people come to me with that. It's called Zarax or something.
Okay,
some
if you can find it, do we know how to find it? This is the other problem. Then?
It was in the. If you go to the Facebook group.
No, but more about like this.
Well, we need to know what it's called first.
Oh, I see.
Zardoz.
Zardoz. Yeah, where can we get a hold of it? Do you know if it's on?
I have no idea.
No, I'm asking the chat.
Okay.
Zardoz.
Well, you've got the internet, Kristi. You just look. Lazy biatch.
Well,
oh my god.
An Irish American sci-fi fantasy. All right, I don't want to know too much about it. No, I do not want to buy this on Amazon. Thank you very much.
But presumably it's therefore on at least Amazon.
Should we look at a trailer?
Yes, from 1974.
Okay.
Wow, Sean Connery's post Bond existence wasn't entirely perfect. Beyond Love. Oh.
To you, these chosen ones.
It's only coming out of the voice is only coming out of the left side of my headphones.
High budget flick.
This is amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
All the voices are just in my left headphone.
It is the only path and passage into the vortex. You will show me how you come to be here.
Special effects.
Wow, look at that.
What the fuck is the story? Why is...
Is dead. For Sanders, I am an exterminator.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
Okay. He's punching through plastic, Kevin.
Yeah. How did the punching through the plastic make the house explode?
What is happening in this movie? What?
I don't know. Why was there a random sheet of glass up this hill?
Can you imagine being at the cinema and thinking, I have to see this movie?
Yeah. Look at the hair. Good lord.
His name.
Whoa. Okay, well, I think we get the gist of it.
I don't think we do. I don't know what any of that was. He runs up a hill and then he's like pressing his face against some glass, which is just at the top of a hill for some reason. Then he punches through some plastic and a house explodes.
All right, let me see where
Cutting edge. I mean, look. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a thing in that someone put a list in the.
Yeah, but it's not the right one. Watch online.
Okay.
That was it. Hold on, let me go back. There were some. Come on. Fucking Amazon, fuck off with this. Let's see. Trailer full movie. I thought I saw
streaming.
Yeah. Watch online. Where to watch? Oh, it's on Hulu, which we don't get. Oh, it looks like it's on Prime Video.
Oh, so we're gonna do another.
Yeah. Well.
Watch along.
Okay. Well, I don't. Oh, it's not included in mine. Based in the U.S., some titles might not be available. No. Well, you can check. Maybe it's available in Britain.
Yeah, if so, we'll do the same thing again. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well.
Maybe there's some Nazi stuff in there. The Germans don't like her.
All right. Well, I guess we've got a film lined up. Now we just have to figure out how we can watch it together. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
And that looks like it might be worth $3.99. To be honest, if you have to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If you have to pay the money to rent it, it might actually be worth the laughs. Okay.
It might. It might.
Right. So, I guess that's going to bring it to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for your ban hammering. It looks like the person actually, whoever they were, gave up and moved on. So thanks for that. Yeah, and I didn't want to step in there and jump in and defend your honor, Kevin, but I was just not going to let that shit slide, and you might not have seen it. Oh, it's at $3.49 on UK Amazon Prime.
We'll see if I can get a legally obtained free copy, but if not, I'll play $3.50.
Yeah, I mean,
just for the mentalness of Sean Connery's chest hair,
non-stop chest hair. I could actually look right now and see if it's on my my Amazon Prime. What was it called? Zardon? Oh, that's not
Zardoz.
That's a Kindle. I don't think it's going to be on Disney Plus, which I only got for Hamilton.
I think this feels very much like it's an off-air conversation.
Okay, all right. We're not going to do the end of the show, talk about absolute shite for 5 minutes. Oh, okay.
Well, we can do, but this just feels like it's an off-air conversation, really.
All right. We'll sort it out. Everyone, thank you again in the chat for having our backs on doing the check and having fun. Thank you to my co-host. Na 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 na, and I miss you. Na 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 na.
It might be on Netflix.
And I need you. Na 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 na
na na na na na. Now I wonder. That's such a shit song.
All right.
But I'm the realest N-word. So.
All right, so you've got your end Twitch stream figure all ready to go, Kev?
Have I? Hang on, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, do that part too. We have to do it at the same time now. It's more difficult. We have to coordinate. Well, we don't have to, but it's nicer when we end together.
What Well, either way, if you're not ended by the time I've ended, that's it.
Oh, all right. Okay, so goodbye from me and goodbye from the Kevster. Say goodbye, Kevster.
Goodbye, Kevstar.
Hey, you did the bit.
Did a bit.